Drone Chats, how you doing? Okay, East Coast, you're driving. I get it. Dominic, hello, Dominic. Or should I say good
Uh,
morning, Dominic?
hello.
How
How are we?
you been doing?
It's wet and rainy here.
Oh,
Yeah, bit of a nuisance. So yeah, bit of a nuisance.
bright and sunny here.
Oh, that's great then.
79 degrees and sunny.
At least one of us has got good weather.
Yeah. I don't know how it is like over in England or down in Australia. It's cold though because you're south of the border, right?
Yep,
This is almost the middle of your winter, isn't it?
getting close to it. Yeah.
Hey, Brenda.
Brenda. Who have I missed? Hello, Brenda, and hello, Dusty. Hello, Jody.
Dusty, Jody, Brenda are in the chat.
Yep.
Driving into rain, he says.
Yeah, Justin. Oh,
Hey,
So
Justin.
bring it on, Brenda. So,
no, I am so fucking confused right now.
oh,
So my internet went out this morning. That's why I wasn't on here. They fixed it, came back on, and then I'm checking it. My phone, everything's connected. My computer's connected to the internet, but my computer is telling me it's not connected. But yet I can still get on the internet. But if I try to do anything like, say, I go to my Windows updates and I try to do an update, it says I'm not connected to the internet.
Wow.
interesting.
But yet I can still, and even the logo down at the bottom shows that I have no internet right now, and I'm not even, but yet I'm connected into Ethernet and it's working, which normally it would show me an Ethernet connection logo. I can't figure out why it's doing that. So I can't do a Windows repair on it because I have to be connected to the internet, but it's not registering it's connected to the internet.
Interesting.
Now I'm checking device manager, trying to figure out if something's in there. It's really getting on my nerves because I've been screwing with this for the last hour trying to figure it out. Now, if I go into device manager, go into network, I have no errors on my drivers for my network. No errors on any of my ports.
Fascinating.
No errors on any of my systems, nothing. I have no errors on anything. Why the fuck is it? This is annoying me. I may just fucking just do a whole wipe of the computer and just re-download Windows.
That can work
honest.
sometimes. Yeah.
Well, they have a Windows repair tool that you can use, and it will like go through your Windows, and you can stay on your computer while it's doing it, and it will go through and kind of realign everything if anything got screwed up. But the problem is I can't use that unless I'm connected to the internet, which the
Hmm.
computer is not registering it's connected to the internet.
God.
I've even went into the configuration tool, put a command in there to wipe all the network settings and reset them. Didn't
Yeah.
work. Ah, annoying. I've tried
Crikey.
everything. So the only option I think I have is just wiping Windows, unless David or Corey are listening, and maybe one of them might know what that
Hmm.
might be. Because I have never run across that situation before. I'm hoping David or Corey's listening.
Yep.
I mean, I could just message them, but I don't want to bother either one of them. But
Hmm.
I don't think you bother them. They look forward to doing something like that because they. But here's a question I have for you though, Justin. Anytime I've ever tried to call you, it says the person you're calling does not have availability.
that's some weird shit with your phone, I think, or we're just not connecting somehow. Because you had that same problem when you said you tried calling Jim that day.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Strange.
And the same thing happens when I try and call Joe.
let's use in the chat. Dusty and Brenda, it looks like. Yeah, Brenda, I'll
Yep.
figure it out. It's just a matter of time. It's just I actually kind of like the challenge, but it's annoying me at the same time.
Hmm.
I thought it was a driver issue, but it's definitely not that. Network settings, I put a command in, and like I said, I reset those.
Hmm.
No, I'm missing something. Just trying to think of what it is. But it was weird. It was like because Frontier had a small outage this morning and then it
Hmm.
kicked back in. It did the same thing on my phone too. Like my phone was showing that it wasn't connected to the internet, but I was able to get on YouTube and do everything else. But then
Hmm.
if I went into a movie app like say Paramount or Disney Plus, right?
Yep.
I could watch a program, but if I went to my downloads, it was saying I wasn't connected,
Hmm.
which was really weird within the same app, right? But it was doing it in
Yeah.
multiple apps. But then since then the phone has corrected itself, and I haven't had that issue now. Now it's working correctly, but the computer for some reason has not. So it's something with their internet that glitched something weird, and I just can't figure out what it is. I don't know. Like I said, it's a particular issue I've never run across before. So
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
it's really weird. I've tried resetting the computer a couple times, and it's booting up really slow now. So I don't know what the fuck it tweaked in there.
Hmm.
But I would say it would just be my computer doing it, but it was everybody's computers and cell phones in the house that were doing the same glitch. So
That's
it's not solely concentrated to one device, right? So that's what's weird about it. Because it did it on the iPhones, on the girls' iPhones. It did it on my Android, and it's doing it on my PC. It's doing it on Kelsey's PC. So it's not something I think that's the devices. It's something with the internet.
Hmm.
I just can't pinpoint it. Yeah, right. I ain't got no damn AOL internet, Dusty. I don't even know if that. You know, you can still get dial-up service.
No.
I don't know why in the hell anybody would pay for it. It's like $60 a month. I was looking at the plans online. I was like, I can't believe anybody would even still buy this shit.
Well, have you seen those commercials with the phone that talks to you? In other words, like somebody's talking and it puts it on the screen. I think requires you to have dial-up telephone line.
Uh,
People that can't hear, but they're having.
oh yeah, the old people phone thing.
Yeah.
No, that would run through most likely that runs through a router.
You think that's through the internet?
Yeah, because a lot of cities and towns now don't even have phone lines, working phone lines anymore. Like our city, I don't think I could get dial-up unless the cable company runs a dial-up system still. I don't even know how that would work, but you can still purchase the plans online. Like I said, I don't know why anybody would want that. That's just, to me, that's nuts. But yeah, because like, well, there's an old phone b company box right at the corner of ours in our neighbor's yard, and all the lines are all ripped out of it. There's nothing inside of it. And it's where the telephone lines used to run through. Gateway computer.
Yeah. Back in the day.
And most people's what they call house phones these days aren't actual house phones. They're just running off
General
their internet.
voice.
Right. Your internet goes out, you don't have a house phone. Like back in the day, your power could go out and you'd still have a house phone.
Yep.
Yeah.
It don't work that way anymore. And most of the new houses around here, they don't even come with phone lines anymore. It's either Ethernet is the only weird port you'll see like in a wall.
Yeah.
They'll have an Ethernet plugged in some of the bed in some of the rooms, and that's it.
Yeah. And then you've just got the VoIP out on the router.
Right. The only real old school plug on the wall you'll still see is coax because it's still widely used. That's been around a long time, but there are people at Dusty that do take old gateway computers and they make sleeper computers inside of them. They'll make them like a real high-end computer and they'll put it in a real old school computer case. And it'll look like,
got it and use the housing and stuff.
yeah, it'll look like an old ass computer from the 90s, but it's all modern shit inside of it. It's kind of how people make sleeper cars, what they call sleeper cars. They'll make it look like just a stock ass like Honda Accord. And then you pop the hood and it's got something crazy under the hood.
Yep.
It's Wednesday here. The yacht clubs have races on Wednesday evening.
Oh, great.
That's why the sailboats are heading out, but they're early.
Like a yacht club or something.
Yeah, it's
Style
the
club.
Sanya 4 here in Yacht Club. They have races out there on Wednesday evening and Sunday afternoon.
You gotta have a little bit of money to be part of a club like that.
Oh, boy.
That ain't cheap.
Nope.
hmm
Well, back in the day, I used to consider them as snobs. Who's Jay Lab?
I have
Supposed
no
to be,
idea.
it could be Jason Laverius.
Oh, J Lab. Yeah, that's Jason.
Yeah,
I
you
thought
wanna,
I thought he said J Lab, like as in laboratory.
J
I was
Lab.
like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Good
Yes,
afternoon,
I
gents.
told you, Jason.
What's up, Jason?
Oh, Jason.
What's going on? On my way to work. Back to
Oh,
work.
okay.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got private coaching tonight, so
Okay.
private lessons.
Oh, nice. How long do you got to do that for?
Just 1 hour.
I ain't bad.
Yeah, sometimes it's 3 hours, sometimes it's I think the most I've coached in a day was like 6 hours.
Somebody pays to like rent out the whole space to themselves.
Yeah, they pay for the whole they pay by the hour, if you will. Oh, you spelled my name wrong.
How to spell it?
And at the end.
RIAS, Laverias.
RAIS?
RIAS. Rias. RIAS.
Okay.
And you
It's
didn't
just
put
something
the
I
in.
noticed.
You
And you
need to
didn't
put
put,
an N on it too.
yeah, you didn't put an N at the end of Jason. It's just Jason Oliveras.
Jaso, Laveri, us.
Jason.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll rent out the wind tunnel, and they pay extra for private coaching. And
Now, is that right now, Jason?
yeah, I'm on my way in right now.
No, your name.
Laverias.
Yeah.
RIAS.
There's a, yeah,
Hey,
you missed the last A.
A between the I and the S.
Oh, good. Doesn't matter.
how about
There you
now?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And just as he froze.
He's watching traffic.
Two days of a stand-on skid steer kills your back. Tomorrow, mini excavator.
Looks okay, yeah.
All
The bamboo.
right.
Justin's getting that bamboo printer.
I want to get one. I'm not getting one right now, but I'm gonna wait till I get back to work. But I also want to do another computer, so I'm waiting. I think that's gonna be my project first and foremost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do like Tim did and just buy a few parts here and there over the course of a few months till I get
Mhm.
everything.
Cool.
I want to build something a little bit more powerful.
Oh yeah. Right on.
I'm gonna get like a, like kind of like a Ryzen 9 or maybe go to like a 4080.
Nice.
And then I'll give my old computer to my daughter.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, at least you got somebody to hand it down to.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just want to build something a little bit more high end.
That's cool, man. I dig it.
Dominic is still trying to teach his cats how to use a computer.
Yeah,
So
most definitely.
yeah, the week I go back to school, I'm gonna build me a parts list. Start shopping.
Now, when do you go back, Justin?
August something. I know I can't remember the exact date.
Is it like the middle of August or the end of August?
I think it's the middle of August. I don't have my paper that had it on there around me at the moment. I can't remember the exact date.
So you got about 35 days left of being on,
Yeah, something like
get
that.
off. Okay.
Yeah, I got quite a while. It's only what the 9th.
Yep, today's the 9th. About 5 weeks, probably.
Dusty, you could do the same thing. You just got to buy the stuff, buy one part here, one part there, even if it takes you 12 months.
So Jason, you're going back to work with the big fan,
I
or
fly the big fan, yeah. The 4 big fans.
yeah, you got
Yeah.
4 of them now.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's the wind tunnel technology. It's
So
pretty cool how they've
there's
evolved
more
over
than
time.
one fan. There's more than one fan on each wind tunnel, or do you have several wind tunnels?
There are 4 fans that create the cushion of air that people will fly on in our wind tunnel.
Okay.
There are some that, and we've got 2 loops of air that do this. There are some it's a single loop, and I'm not sure how many fans they have in those, but for our application, that's what I guess that's what the engineers designed, the 4 fan system.
You ever
I
had
can follow.
anybody get like motion sickness and barf in there while they were flying around?
People do. So I've had some people get motion sickness, but they can hold it. They're like they start shaking their head, like "Get me out of here!" You know, they're pointing to the door and put them out, put their feet on the ground, and they run. They can make it to the bathroom to puke, but no one's actually ever puked in the wind tunnel.
God, I'd hate to have to clean that fucking mess.
Yeah.
Well, now when they go to exit, do you just reduce the airflow, or what do you do?
We stand them up at the door. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
we put them in front of the doorway, they grab the door handle, and then my job is to take their legs and bring it back down and put them vertical.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the airflow is constant.
Oh yeah, we're not. I mean, we could turn it off, but it's just easier to just bring them down and more efficient to instead of turning it off completely and then
Restarting.
yeah. I mean,
So
even at 100% power, I can go from flying on my belly to standing up. You know.
how many people do you fly a day?
Oh wow, per day. Ideally, on a good day, if we can get, let's say let's call it a 10-hour day of just constant people work
Yeah.
coming in. To figure 12 per 30-minute period, because they will buy typically 2 flights, right? And then they're slop within a 30-minute period, 12 people times 2, 24 per hour. So 240 people would be nice. And then if we're open a little bit longer, like an additional 6 hours, for example, just do the math. But anywhere between, I would say 300 people to 400 on a good day.
Oh wow. I
Yeah.
don't think you had that many people. Jesus. It's a lot.
Well, we're tourists. We're also a tourist, location at the ocean front.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, how many wind
So
tunnels are in action around the country?
in the U.S., I think there's at least 45.
45.
If you Google iFly World, yeah, if you just you could Google how many wind tunnels in the U.S. and it'll probably tell you. ChatGPT will count it up for you. But I'm pretty sure there's 45. Anywhere there's a major city, there's either going to be one already in place, or there's plans to build one.
Because I've never heard of the one in Detroit.
I lost signal.
Yeah, I know
You guys still there?
Justin, I think, is looking up the info.
Okay.
There's over 100 iFly wind tunnels worldwide.
Yep. So so the parent company is SkyVenture, and then SkyVenture created iFly as a marketing name for indoor skydiving as a recreational activity. And so it's marketed in the US, and there's also like iFly Singapore, iFly Dubai, but those are all SkyVenture brand, if you will, or modeled wind tunnels.
Because they got the money to fly, right?
I don't know. I guess so. I mean, you're talking about. In fact, the biggest wind tunnel is the SkyVenture wind tunnel. I think it's like 28 feet in diameter, 26 feet in diameter, which is huge. It's a different type of flying, is what I've heard. I've never been there, but But
I just counted all the dots on the map on their website and it looks like about 42 altogether.
all right, there you go. There you go. And
That's just in the US. So
Is
I
there
kind
one,
of just,
is there one in Detroit?
yes,
um,
it's brand new.
come on now. It goes. Yeah, there is.
Yeah. Yes, there's one in Detroit. It's a brand new tunnel. It's a franchise as well, like similar to ours, structure wise.
Dude, Chicago's got 3 of them.
Yep.
New York's got 3 or 4 technically, but there's 3 that look like they're clustered together.
I think there's
Orlando,
only 3 in New York area. There's 4. There's 2 in New Jersey, 2 in New York City. So a lot of it has to do with population density for one, of course. Like if you draw a circle around the one in New York City, there's a lot of, and it's densely populated. For us, you draw a circle around us, half of it's ocean.
then there's
You
one
know?
in Orlando, there's one in Tampa, 2 down in Miami area, 1 in Jacksonville.
The one in Orlando, so the original was in Orlando. The original one, which they turned into a museum, and they replaced it with new technology wind tunnel, which is actually a double wind tunnel.
Okay, so there's one in Fort Lauderdale and then the one in Miami says coming soon. So they must just be building that one.
Do they,
Yeah,
do
probably.
they have a wind tunnel like at Disney World or?
No.
Okay.
No. Now there is one in LA. Or in iFly Hollywood, and it's like a ellipse shaped wind tunnel. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, if Disney had one, it would probably be their own.
Yeah,
But
right.
I don't think I've never heard of them having a wind tunnel though, so I don't think that's a thing.
Sky Ventures put a wind tunnel on a cruise ship, the Quantum of the Seas.
That has a wind tunnel?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
But there's like entire states that don't have any. Like look in North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, Montana, and
Yeah.
Idaho. That entire area doesn't even have one. And
Right.
those, 7 states don't even have one.
Yep. The way
So
that is
Jason,
sometimes.
what time you got to be there?
I'm here now.
I know you parked.
5:30. Yeah, 5:30.
Yeah, it's 5:27 right now.
We'll be getting into wind at 6 o'clock. Yeah, I've worked with this group before. They always show up at like 5:50, 5:50.
So it's a group
Yeah.
of people usually?
Yeah, a group of skydivers that basically rented out the wind tunnel, and they're like, "Hey, help me get better at jumping out of airplanes. Help me improve my skills."
So they
Yeah,
use
because there's
that
different.
as training for skills, right?
Yep, exactly. Not
And
first
yeah,
time flyers.
and yes, Brenda, I know this is true. They are franchise, as Jason has said that.
Yeah, the wind tunnel that I work at is a franchise. I think there's 5 franchises. The ones, for example, in Chicago, the 3 in Chicago, the ones in New York City area. I fly Atlanta, I fly San Diego. Those are all corporate owned wind tunnels, so owned by Sky Venture, and
Right.
they basically man and staff those. The franchises, we we all share the name, but we run this a little bit differently as far as how we do business between pricing as well as marketing. We run our own marketing efforts for our wind tunnel.
Right. You guys have a
We share
certain,
some.
yeah,
I
y'all
just
have like
I just asked Alexa, and she said 80 tunnels worldwide, including 30 cities in America.
yeah, and some cities have a couple. That's why it was like 42 or 43. I
So
can't.
what were you going to say, Justin?
Oh, I was saying with this corporate thing, they have a certain corporate structure I'm sure they have to follow, but then they have their own, they can have their own leeway on what they want to do on certain things, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like we picked the colors for our flight suits as all black, for example,
Right.
with red accents on it. Versus the corporate owned wind tunnels, the flight suits are all red. But we decided to go. We actually started out with all light gray flight suits, but we discovered that they get dirty really fast, and you can't. You can most definitely not put anything red in there in your wash with it. You know, now
Mhm.
you have a pink flight suit, and yeah. But for example, to include our task organization, like our wind tunnel, we have our own CEO. We have we also run things differently manning wise. You know, my duties as the general manager here are different than a general manager for a corporate owned tunnel.
Do you have a size limit?
So 259 pounds at our wind tunnel. At the corporate owned wind tunnels, 260 to 300.
Ah.
Yeah, we decided to go opt on the side of safety, if you will, and be more safe because with two people, with someone that's 300 pounds, and I trained with 300-pound people, right? But they changed the safety requirements. For people that are 260 to 300 pounds, you had to have two flight instructors with that one person, which we don't necessarily have the manning to do something like that. I mean, we could figure it out, but
Hey, Jason, how much does
imagine a 300-pound person, just getting on the ground, a solid ground, right?
how
And then you
much
turn the
how
wind
much
speed up.
does the equipment that they wear weigh?
A flight suit and a helmet and goggles. That's all. And sneakers, maybe gloves if they
Yeah.
can't take the ring off their finger. We put glove on it.
All I'm imagining is my 600-pound wife flapping around in there.
Well, they wouldn't be flapping. They would just be floating,
Well, that all depends on what
Uh,
you.
that fan be working overtime to push that person up.
right? And it also comes, so again, I trained under where it was 300 pounds was the max. But if you were 250, if you were 250 pounds, you had to be at least 5'6" tall
Okay.
to
So
6 foot tall.
there's a
So
height
the
to
taller you
weight
are, the
ratio.
bigger of a white. Well, what it is yeah, height to weight ratio, which
Mass
if you're
versus
taller,
air,
it actually makes it easier for you to fly because you're a bigger wing.
mass versus air.
Versus I've had kids come in that were like 200 pounds short, so now it's more difficult to fly that kid because they have less
They're just
frontal surface
nothing.
area, less wing, and they're heavy.
Surface.
Right.
Yeah, surface area.
Exactly. So I'm gonna walk inside. Frontal surface area has something to do with the ability for someone to fly in the wind tunnel as well. Howdy.
Oh, did you end up starting your other print last night, or are you waiting to do it today?
For the headphone holder, I'm gonna wait to do it today.
Okay.
Yeah, when I get home later.
Hey, that print came out really good though for your GPU holder. It
Yeah,
came out real good. I'm
I was
surprised that
really
filament.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really surprised with the quality of it as well because it came out like
But he's connecting to the work Wi-Fi. I was surprised he was able to print off of that filament after sitting in his garage for 2 years.
surprised. I mean, there was knurling on the bolt as well, which made it super cool too. Hey, Ken, how you doing? All right.
I'm just surprised that filament worked after sitting in your garage for 2 years. That was
Yeah, right?
pretty cool. It actually still worked. Wasn't all messed up.
Worked good enough anyway, right? It's not like I'm
Yeah.
making stuff to sell or making stuff to.
No, but the quality it came out with looked really good though. I was very
Yeah.
surprised.
Maybe it's simply it's Hatchbox. I guess that's good quality filament as well.
I
Maybe
think-
it has something to do with it.
I think part of it had to do too with you still had it in those like cellophane bags and it was still sealed in the box, so it probably helped a little bit.
Oh, true. Very true.
Cause I guarantee if that filament would have just been sitting open in a box in there, probably wouldn't have worked. But you had the bag
Justin was
still on it.
sitting on the that was not in the bag.
It was
I
just
put it in the
sitting
bag
open?
for yeah, it's just sitting in the garage, open
Wow.
on the machine.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, John.
That's surprising. That's crazy.
Yeah, super surprising.
Wow, I didn't think that. I thought it was a sealed brand new roll that was still sealed.
Right?
Wow.
Well, my
Yeah,
inter-
I was very surprised by it as well.
my internet engineer's coming out again.
What's that?
My internet engineer is coming out again tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh, dude, I'm having some weird shit going on with my internet. So it went out this morning, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And on my phones, on all the phones in the house, all the computers, it's all saying you need to connect to the internet. But then you could get on YouTube and watch YouTube and everything else. And you could go onto a movie app and watch movies. But if you try to download episode into the downloads for offline watching, it would say you need to connect to the internet. You're not connected.
Yeah,
Well, all
mine keeps on saying that it can't connect to the internet, and then it comes back, and then it comes.
no,
And the other day, while he was here, it dropped everything that was on the 5 gigahertz network. It didn't
no.
drop 0.4, just dropped everything that was on the 5.
Yeah, but this isn't what it's doing. It's saying, like right now, my computer is telling me I'm not connected to the internet, but I'm clearly
You're
on this
here.
live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't figure out why my computer is allowing me to get on the internet, but it's not detecting it. I've checked drivers. I did the MSN configuration and put I went in and put a command prompt in to reset all the network settings. I've tried flipping it in and out of airplane mode. It will register for a second, then goes away. So I was going to run the Windows repair tool to see if there was an issue somewhere in the, code somewhere's in some setting I don't know that I've ran across. And I
That's
can't
like you
even
need
do
a good
that.
computer.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing is I can't even do that because it's saying I'm not connected to the internet. But yet I'm on the internet. I'm fucking on the live stream watching YouTube, going on here, going on there. I'm doing
Well,
everything on my
could it
computer.
be a router problem?
It's something with their internet has caused some weird ass glitch. And I don't know if it's just hasn't corrected on their end all the way yet. And it's just causing mine and Kelsey's computer to not register it. But the fact that 2 Apple phones and 2 Android phones and 2 PCs were all having the same glitch tells me it's not isolated to our devices. It's something on their end. Because you know what I'm saying? That's 3 different operating systems that were doing the same glitch.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And like I said, right now, so you know how, Jason, on the bottom of your computer, when you're plugged into Ethernet, you have the little computer screen with the wire running through.
Yeah.
Right. Right now, I have the little globe with the stop symbol in it, saying
Oh
I'm
wow,
not
yeah,
connected.
that's
No, I'm not Control Alt and deleting anything, Dusty. Shut up.
Yeah.
No,
I know how to fix it. You press alternate F4.
yeah.
I'm quite pleased with this guy because he's trying everything to sort this out. He's coming fitting a new signal booster tomorrow. And then he's talking about ordering a new feed cable from the main box underground to my house that's newer and thicker than the one I've got, because the one I've got's been there for a long time. And I'm talking fiber optic cable too.
Well, that's good, then.
I mean, I've got fiber optic anyway, but he's ordering a better one.
But yeah, it just, to me, it makes no sense. I can't figure this shit out. And I'm hoping it's just on their end because, like I said, since then, all the phones have corrected themselves.
Yeah.
Because you know how when you're on Wi-Fi on your phone, if you're at least on Android, if your Wi-Fi is not connected, it gives you the Wi-Fi symbol with the exclamation mark next to it. So
No,
you're connect.
mine just switches straight to 4G.
Okay, so that's what it will give you on an Android. You'll be connected to the router. That signal's working, but the router itself is not getting an interconnect connection.
That's
So,
the problem.
All right, fellas, I'm rolling out. I'll see you later.
Okay,
all
Jason.
right,
have
later,
a good-
Jason.
Have a good day.
Be safe, man.
Thank you very much. See you guys
Yep.
later.
All right.
Yep, see ya.
So
That's
I
what
was,
mine.
yeah, so it was showing me I was connected to the router. It's giving me that Wi-Fi signal, but then it's giving me the exclamation mark next to it, which tells me it's not connected to the internet. But yet I was still going on YouTube and everything.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No, I was switching over for the past few days. Most of the time I've been on the stream, I've been on my phone's 4G.
And the way I know it wasn't the mobile network is because I shut that off. So
Yeah.
it only could have been running on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But like I said, now it has now since corrected itself. The exclamation mark's gone away. The 6 is showing for the Wi-Fi 6. And
I mean-
it's working fine.
Is already up my download speed from about 660 I was getting, and I'm getting 820 now.
Yeah, it's
Well,
just
When he does the rest,
uh,
get it even higher. What he's done is he's given me his mobile phone number and says, when he does something, he says, "See how it goes, call me tomorrow and see how it's going." He works for Virgin, but instead of me phoning Virgin to book an engineer, I'm just phoning the engineer.
yeah, it's better you get to doc directly to him. Let's see. So this is what it should be showing me right here. Right? Something similar to this here is what I should be seeing. That tells me you're connected to Ethernet. But what it's showing me is where the hell is it? Right here. So it's showing me this one here. Right here. Which means I'm not connected to the internet. And I don't have the Wi-Fi adapter antenna plugged in, so I'm not picking up a Wi-Fi signal. I even look on here, no Wi-Fi signal. It's so weird. I've never ran across that before.
Yeah, when I go
Very
into
weird.
Wi-Fi settings, it gives me the name of the Wi-Fi, and then underneath it, it's got no internet connection written in orange underneath it.
And the way I know it can't be Wi-Fi is because I've never logged into the Wi-Fi on this computer. Because I've never used it.
Hmm.
Especially since we got the new Wi-Fi, I've never used it. So I've never even logged into it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of rooting out that I know it's not jumping to Wi-Fi and it's just confusing the computer. It's not doing that. Same with my cell phone. I turned off the mobile data just to make sure, hey, yeah, it's not running off the mobile data. Nope, it's running off Wi-Fi. So the only thing I haven't done is reset the Wi-Fi router, but I'm kind of scared to touch it because I don't want to fuck it up because I don't know if it's glitching out or what's going on with it. And I don't want to reset it and fuck something up, you know? Because it might just be limping along at this point.
Well, if I hit the hard reset on my router, it switches back to its original thing where both of the networks are combined and it automatically switches between the two instead of me having to. Well, then I've got to go back into the IP address of the router and change the settings within the router to give
What?
me two networks different the existing names.
What are you talking about, Dusty? Which one would be a great tattoo? One of the symbols I just showed? Or are you talking about the Control Alt Delete?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be different.
I don't know. I might call David up here in a little while and ask him. If him or Corey don't pop in the chat. Might just give him a call. See if he knows. Oh, the Wi-Fi pick. Speaking of tattoos, my tattoo's healing up really nice.
That's good.
Some of the scabs have fallen off parts of it. And so another day or so and it should be all healed up. You have any tattoos, Dominic?
No, I don't actually.
No. I was talking to Matt about getting it. I asked Matt, I said, do you have any tattoos? Because I figured Matt would have had at least one or two.
That's what I thought.
And he was like, no, I never got one. He's like, I never really been bothered to go get one. I said, hey, you should go get one. He goes, no. I was like, dude, I said, it'd be really cool. Go get one of your dad and then take the car. Remember the video he did about his dad's
Yeah.
car? I said, take the picture of a car, of that same car, a picture of your dad, and take it in there and have an artist like mingle it together into like a nice memorial tattoo that'd go on your arm. He goes, yeah, that actually sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's going to do it, but he seemed like he was interested in it. So
Mm.
Yeah, it's not really a good idea for me to get tattoos with the diabetes.
Mm.
you can if you got a conscious artist that understands how that. Because
Yeah,
like there are artists that do it on people like you all the time. They know what procedures to do for people that are on like blood thinners and stuff.
yeah, I'm on blood thinners, and also you don't heal as well when you're diabetic.
Yep.
Because from what I was told, what they'll do is they'll do it really slowly. So like you'll have to come back 3 or 4 times where one person can normally sit there for just do it all in one sitting. They just do a little bit at a time.
To be honest, I can't say that I've ever really been bothered about it. It's not something that I want.
I've thought about it many a
Well,
time.
a friend of mine's got loads of them all over.
Oh, you should go do it, Dominic. Come on, live a little. And get ready for that summer bod next year.
Yeah.
And go get a big ass like head tattoo. Look like just came out of the state pen, big old spider on your head.
Yeah.
I think if I got one, which I'm not going to, it would be the album cover from Masters of the Universe by Hawkwind.
Good point.
There you go.
Yep.
Look it up, Justin.
Say it one more time.
It's Hawkwind, the group, and the album's called Masters of the Universe.
Masters. Oh, that is a colorful tattoo.
In that
Mm.
picture.
Yeah, that would have to be a lot. That's a lot of coloring right there.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
In fact, the Do Re me so farly, so lotty-do.
Mm.
Were tattoos, because you guys are at the age you would know, like, were tattoos like, did you see them a lot back in like the 60s and 70s? Or was it kind of rare to see somebody with a tattoo?
Usually, if somebody had a tattoo back in the day, it was because they'd been in the Navy.
Yep.
Okay. So you saw 'em more on like like retired servicemen or
Yeah.
people serving.
Yeah.
Okay. But you didn't see like big sleeves and all that shit like you do these days.
No, I mean
No, generally biceps.
now I think we've got 3 tattoo parlours in Droylsden,
Yeah.
and Droylsden's only got 27,000 people in it.
I
Oh.
walk past at least 3 a day.
I'm sure if you had a sleeve back in the 60s, you probably would have stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like.
Sounds great, Dusty. At least they've got meaning. And I think that's the basis behind it. If you're gonna get one, it has to have meaning.
Well, there are people that get like there are a lot of people that get tattoos that have meanings to them, but then there's some that just get whatever the fuck. Like I'm gonna be honest, 2 of mine have meanings, but then 2 of them or 3 of them really, or 2 of them don't out of the 5 I have. I just got them. Well, obviously the one I just got just to get. Like, but I know people that look like fucking canvases. They look like an art canvas and nothing really means anything. It's like a smiley face here, fucking here. And it was just shit that they got randomly, you know.
Yeah. I'll tell you what would be a good one. The album cover from Bandolier by the group Budgie. It's a Budgie in full armour.
Yes. That's
Riding.
the one.
So what would you get, Dominic, if you could get one?
I wouldn't have a clue, honestly.
Yeah, nothing you could think of.
Yeah. Probably be, several dates or something like that.
I have enough of sticking needles in me doing the insulin.
Mm.
Took blood samples to check my kidney function before they send me for an MRI on Monday, and she had to have 2 different veins she had to go up before she got something.
Yeah, but like I said though, it's really not, to be honest, it's really not like a normal needle. Like what people think. It's
It only just touches the skin, basically.
well, yeah, it only goes through what I was told, it only goes through the top 2 layers.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, the feeling I get from it, it just feels like a light TENS shock, but manageable. It's not like unbearable, you know. It's like if you had a TENS machine on you on a real light setting.
Mm.
And it's just constant. It just doesn't stop, you know. That's the feeling I get, but everybody's different. Like I was on Laura's live for a little bit earlier, and I was telling her there was a girl that was getting a tattoo done at a tattoo parlor, and they were doing it near her crotch. And I guess the vibration of the gun caused her to squirt all over the tattoo artist.
Oh.
Uh,
It's when somebody was filming it across the tattoo parlor, and you could hear her start to moan, and they were filming her. And all of a sudden, you just see the tattoo artist just squirted all over his fucking body and his arm and everything.
wowzers.
I was like, everybody gets a different sensation from it, I guess.
Mm.
Well, I guess that's the kind of BDSM sensation.
I guess.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and I would say she'll go back for more tattoos then.
Yeah,
And
probably.
I'm pretty sure.
And you just add a bit more to that one. Don't do it all at once. I need at least 10 visits.
Oh, yeah, here you go. You can't see anything because it's on YouTube. It doesn't show anything. But watch, you start hearing her moan. Watch. You see that?
What the hell?
And then he falls over.
Oh, dear.
I laughed every time I saw that video. I was like, yeah. And Dusty said my daughter gets whatever at shops as and has her own tattoo equipment, so a bunch of random practice ones. Yeah, seen people like that too. They'll just volunteer their body up for a bunch of practice tattoos. They'll get them free, and then gives the artist a chance to practice. I mean, that's pretty much what my old boss's son was doing. I mean, it's what he's doing. He's pretty much giving a bunch of free ones out to practice and add to his catalog. You know, because he's just now starting to grow his business. So
So, does he want a picture of the tattoo when it's healed over?
no, he just takes the pictures of them right after he does them. Because they don't look like bad or anything when he first finishes them. They look nice and bright and colorful, you know. But they still look really good when he finishes them. But it's kind of a smart way to go because if you think about it, a lot of people might be wary about you being their first few people that they're working on. And
Yeah.
they're not going to want to pay for something if you fuck it up. So I guess it's a good business strategy, right? You give out a bunch of free ones for the first few months, build your catalog up, get some practice in, and then you can start feeling more comfortable charging people, and people will feel more comfortable, and you have a catalog to show them. You know.
Does he do it all by hand, or does he use a template? You know, like
He uses a template.
Yeah.
But he can draw shit out by hand too. But
Right.
he does it by a template. I mean, most tattoo artists, I personally, all the ones I've ever met are hello drawers, like just freehand. You know, they know how to draw. That's how they got interested in being a tattoo artist, is because of their art. You know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some out there that probably don't know how to draw and they just use stencils and they just know how to do a tattoo by stencil. I'm almost positive there's probably handfuls of them out there that are like that, but all the ones I've ever met have always been huge artists before they became tattoo artists.
Yes, is Sean? It's not Sean Hyde. Which Sean is it that does it?
I can't think of his name.
It was the one that wrecked on his
Sean
snowboard.
Oz.
Yeah,
the
Sean
one.
Oz. Yeah,
Sean Oz.
yeah.
Jesus.
My close friend in high school, his dad was the local tattoo artist. He had a barbershop pole tattooed on his, well, Also had a Prince Albert piercing. That shit was crazy.
Oh, God.
Crazy thing is Dusty looked at it. It's like it's a car wreck. You can't look away.
It's not that he looked at it, it's that his friend's dad showed it him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just flopped it out. Look at this.
That's a good question, Sunstar. Does Paul Murray have any tattoos?
No,
Thought so.
no tattoos.
Growing up, my dad only ever had one. It was when he got in the Navy, matter of fact. And then he had it touched back up because it faded over the years. Like it was really faded. And
Yeah.
then he got it redone about 10 years or so ago.
The quality of it back then wasn't as good as the quality today.
Oh no, the inks are so much better these days.
Mhm.
'Cause back then they used to use a lot of that, like I think it was called Indian ink or something, and it was just
Mhm.
Yeah.
you saw a lot of people just had plain bluish like looking tattoos.
Indian ink
Well,
was printer's ink.
yeah. There's a tattoo artist out there that still do it the old school way, where they take those what is it, like bamboo rods or whatever the fuck it is, and
Oh,
they
yeah,
actually
yeah, the Chinese.
they literally sit there and stab you
Yeah.
with it and do it all by hand. They don't even use a gun or anything.
Yeah, just all bamboo needles. Yeah.
And I've seen some artists on YouTube that were doing it that way, and the shit came out really good, but it took a long time. Like it takes like 10 times longer to do a tattoo because it's a lot slower process.
Mm.
But it came out really nice. It looked a little bit more painful than the more modern needles and shit did, but
Mm.
I've never actually seen anybody do one in person. I've just seen videos of them doing them.
All tattoos were put with, like the Japanese, with sumo wrestlers and samurai warriors. They had quite a few tattoos usually.
Are you freaking kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, on at Library. I went to a high school in Dallas. Everyone knew. We all got tattoos from his dad. There was a few kids when I was in high school that had tattoos. I know Jesse, my buddy Jesse, he had a big one on the back calf of his leg. And then there was two or three other boys that ended up getting the rock star on their elbow because that was like really popular back in the early 2000s. Everybody was getting those. They were getting the Rockstar energy drink logo. They were getting it on their elbow. I think it was from Rockstar Energy Drink.
My mate's got stuff on his arms, his legs. He's got a huge one on his back.
I want a giant Buddha tattoo on my stomach. Well, the thing is, Dusty's really skinny, so I don't know. Start off with a skinny one, then as you get older and bigger, it will fill out. Helping my wife, I graduated in '97. Dusty said.
97.
God.
I would have been old.
Does that mean 16 or 18 in 97?
He'd either been 17 or 18 when he graduated, most likely. Unless he failed and he like did a GED later on, like a year or two later. I don't know.
Mm.
I mean, when did I finish? I finished my A levels in 78.
I'd have been 03.
87 for me.
2003.
I started secondary school in September 1970.
Secondary school would have been 1981.
I wasn't born then.
Mhm.
Another 4 years before I came out. Shit, Paul was graduated probably what in the 60s.
No, he's only, 4 years older than me, isn't he? 5 years old.
73, I think.
He's a year.
Is
He's
he
a year older than my brother.
He's 73.
73?
Yeah.
I'll be
My brother
66.
turns 72 next month.
I'm 66 next month. In about 4 weeks. So that's 4, 6, 7 years. So yeah, he was born in 52.
52, because my brother was born in 53. Yeah.
Yeah, because Paul would have been like 33 or 34 years old when I was born.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he'd
would
be
have.
close to it.
Yeah.
Because he said June 52.
He's 73. You take that minus 39, and it would have been what, 40 or 34?
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was 17.
no, he'd have only been, because when you were born in 75, I was 26.
85.
85.
Yeah, I was born in 85.
I was 26.
I was
Yeah, but
17. Yeah, I was 17.
26 and 7's 33. Yeah, he would have been.
Yep.
30.
yeah. Crazy to think about, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's if he went to 18. Did you go to 18,
Yeah, JDS.
Paul, or did you finish at 16?
I have no clue, to be honest.
God, when my dad was at school, I think he finished at 14.
Yep.
But
Same here.
he's 90 in 2 weeks.
No, mine's been gone for a while.
I don't know if it was any easier to
3 weeks.
graduate early back then or if it was harder. I'm not entirely sure. Probably would have been easier back then to graduate early. If you were like a straight A type student. Brenda said she graduated in 1980. Justin, you're around the same age as my daughter. She's 35.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, JDS is up there in age. I want to say he's late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, he's up there. Still working as a nurse. Still out there doing his hours. How long before you decide to call it in JDS and retire?
Donald.
JDS, I graduated in the 1900s.
Evening, sir.
What's up, Donald?
Morning, guys. Or evening, guys.
What's up?
So we were doing the math. Paul would have been like 33, 34 when I was born.
Eh,
Yeah.
I went walking
What's
at
that?
lunch today and found on my favorite walking trail where I go and get poke blackberries.
Mhm. Oh, nice.
All I have to do is walk in my back garden and find blackberries.
Well, my sister grows blackberries too, but there's a difference between growing blackberries and finding blackberries.
And wild blackberry, because
Oh,
I don't think
but
I've ever seen wild blackberries out in the bush before.
believe you me, they are wild blackberries.
Long.
You gotta leave your driveway once in a while, Paul.
Well, I used to go hunting and stuff when I was younger, much younger, and I never came across wild blackberries out.
No.
Uh,
What time of the year did you hunt?
Well, in November.
Well, then the blackberries be gone by then.
yeah,
Oh, really?
September.
Blackberries
Blackberry be
come.
gone.
The blackberries right now are just coming ripe.
I used to go deer hunting, and that was in the fall.
Yeah. So, but they're just not coming ripe, and there's a ton of them on this trail, all along this trail. So I'm gonna be making trips back over this
Get some
next
more.
couple weeks, get some more.
With a big basket.
Eh. Maybe not a huge basket, but
Find out he's walking along the edge of some blackberry farm. Just robbing the whole line of blackberries along the edge of it.
No, Don wouldn't do that.
That'd be
No,
like
that
taking mangoes off an overhanging tree.
yeah, like Matt did that day. He was just shoving them in his bag and then hauled ass on a scooter. I did the same thing though when I was checking that gas meter at that really high end neighborhood.
Yeah.
Nobody lived in that. The 4 or 5 times I went to that house, nobody was ever there, and all the furniture's covered in plastic. And they had this massive ass avocado tree or whatever it was growing over top of the gas meter. Like you had to dig through it to get to the meter. And I mean, big old avocados. I was snagging them left and right every time I was over there.
My apple, pears, and plums are all swelling quite nicely now.
And they were good avocados too.
Well, where was that? Mostly in California?
Yeah, I was here.
Oh, I keep thinking avocados are mainly a California thing.
No, they Southern California and Mexico area. We find a majority of them.
And Israel. You get a lot of avocados in Israel and strawberries.
The one thing that grew really well out in the desert was watermelons and grapes. Man, you could plant grapes and wouldn't really have to do a whole lot to them, and they'd grow like weeds. You'd have just bushels of grapes growing.
Really?
You didn't really have to do a whole lot to maintain them.
Yeah, my uncle's got a few grapevines in his garden. He turns them into wine.
Like I said, my grandma set up a whole big flower bed along the whole edge of her house one year, and we had a whole truckload of watermelons because we were having a big family reunion. And she was having all of us kids spit all the seeds into it. And then within 2 years, she had these massive fucking vines growing all over the side of her house, just dropping big ass watermelons.
Oh, it reminds me of a honeydew melon in the fridge.
wow. She had those vines growing on the side, dropping watermelons. Was that damaging her roof?
No, she had lattice all built on the side, but she did it on purpose.
I was making a joke that the
Yeah,
watermelons
no.
were dropping on her roof.
No, but this thing within a couple of years was sprouting like crazy. The amount of watermelons that were coming off of it.
Well, here's a question you guys might know because I've always wondered this. You know, every once in a while you see a massive, either a pumpkin or a massive watermelon, like 50, 60, 70 pound. What is that genetically, or is that just by chance?
I think the pumpkins and stuff, no, because they have competitions for them.
I
So
mean,
I
it's
think they know how to
partially
do it.
growing conditions and partially luck, but I think it's a lot of the growing conditions too.
Well, and like I said, they do have competitions a lot for the pumpkins. Who has the biggest pumpkin? So those farmers know how to keep it going to get the biggest one possible.
Well, yeah, you gotta have enough water, but not too much water.
Yeah, there's been some massive pumpkins out there. I've seen some pictures and videos of some big ass ones.
You got some big ass pumpkin problems.
Some big ass pumpkin.
So what are you making? God, it's like a younger version of Donald.
You like that?
It's like a younger version of Donald.
Yeah.
Yep.
That facial expression. Looking
Yeah.
at everybody like they're idiots.
Mhm.
Exactly. There you go.
That's the same thing.
What are we planning dinner?
Like father, like son.
I'm gonna make some chicken bruschetta.
That sounds-
The
I got
camera's
tomatoes.
following your son around.
Isn't bruschetta the bread technically?
Well, no, bruschetta is the topping. Yeah. And since Jake left these chicken thighs, we're gonna use that.
Here's the forecast for tomorrow in Port Huron. Look for partly sunny weather with a high of 76 degrees and a low of 63 degrees.
You like that the video, Dominic? That's the kind of comedy we're missing these days.
Exactly. That is
that
the
was-
type of comedy we are
that was-
missing.
What are you
That was-
talking about? It came out just a while back. Are you
No,
talking about
no.
the laundry?
No, I'm saying, but
Yeah.
that's the kind of comedy that I love that like Dave Chappelle and stuff are fighting for. You know?
You said that's the kind of comedy we're missing these days, but it's modern comedy. It just came out.
Well,
So we're not missing it.
No, but what I'm saying is there's such
Everybody doing it.
there was such a
You're
stigma
saying you
about
wish we
it.
had more of it.
Yeah, because there was
Yes.
such a stigma put on that type of comedy over the last few, 4 or 5 years, especially. That's why I like there's a handful of comedians out there that are sticking up for that type of comedy and not being censored and everything. Dave Chappelle's one of them.
Mm.
Maybe I should have cut up tomatoes and stuff first on this cutting board and had that thing to the side when I prepared the chicken. Because now I have to wash the cutting board. If I'd gone the other direction, I wouldn't have had to wash it. Salt,
On the back.
pepper.
Yeah, Brenda, I don't have any tattoos as you noted, and good for you. You don't have any either.
She said she wanted to get one at one point. Up in the chat earlier.
I don't have any tattoos, but I don't morally judge people for having them.
Teach their own, right?
I don't think it's a moral failing that they have tattoos. I think it's an intellectual one.
Oh, here we go. Now I love those people you'll hear the 911 calls, they'll call 911. Yeah, there's a suspicious guy out there just standing around looking around. He's got a bunch of tattoos. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Mm.
Somebody has a bunch of tattoos doesn't make them a bad person.
I know. I didn't say did. I said,
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying I hear people say shit like that.
oh, okay.
And he's got a
Oh,
bunch
that's
of
like-
tattoos and he's wearing a black uniform.
I
with a-
see tattoos. I see somebody with a tattoo. I'm like, I don't think they're a bad person. I just think they probably didn't finish high school.
Yeah. There was a karma about to catch up to you right there.
Oh, here comes thunder. Thunder's coming.
Oh, nice.
don't know if we have any storms coming in today.
Mm. Let's see if I have. Ooh, I got.
I can't. I can be on the internet on the live stream, but then I try to check my weather app. It says check internet today.
Oh, tell me I've got some
Fuck, I swear
balsamic
to
vinegar
God.
in here.
Shit is fucking annoying me.
Do I have? Oh, nope. That's stir fry. I'm looking for balsamic vinegar.
Try network.
Oh, yes.
Well, I woke up this morning and asked Alexa what time it was, and she wouldn't tell me. And then an hour later, she did tell me.
2 p.m.
An hour after that, she couldn't tell me again.
All right, let me try an IP configuration command, see if that works. Maybe it's just not reading the IP address correctly. All right.
Oh, my phone hides its IP address.
My afternoon sucked. I went out in the garage and I smelled. Okay, after rainstorms and stuff, we'll have worms crawl into the garage and die,
Uh-huh.
and it just has a smell. And I walked by the garage or the garage door, and I smelled that. That's awful strong. Went out in the garage, and no worms by the garage doors or anything like that. Like I'm smelling it. The last, I want to say it was Friday. I'm pretty sure it was last Friday. I had gotten into the deep freeze and gotten some tamales out, and I had set a bag to the side that had a couple pounds of hamburger in it.
And you left them there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that is nasty.
Yeah. I've just put my dustbin out for the bin men to empty tomorrow, and it stinks because the cat's not been eating all its food, and I've been throwing cat food in the bin.
Yeah. Our bin man, as you say, does not come until Friday.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Kate's is Friday. Mine's Thursday. And it's 3 bins. The brown bin with vegetation in it, the green bin with general rubbish in it, and the black bin with glass, plastic, and metal in it.
That is one of my favorite military men. General Rubbish.
Yeah.
General Rubber. Private Parts is also another good one.
What about General Soreness?
Colonel Saunders.
No, General Soreness.
Does this show that window?
Yeah, it's showing a
Yeah.
window,
Okay.
showing your screen.
Let's see if that fixes it.
What's your router? 192.168.0.1.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Most
Don't
of them
matter.
are.
I think most of them are.
I'd run a VPN anyway, so let's see here. Which I've already tried flipping that off and on just to see if that was affecting it. It didn't change anything. I don't want.
And can fix stuff. No, I have not gotten any tickets in my dune buggy.
It don't go fast enough to get tickets.
Hey, you can get tickets for blocking the road.
You mean when it breaks down? Yeah.
Hey, Corey, are you busy at the moment? Can I call you on Messenger real quick? I just want to ask you something.
Hello, Corey.
Almost forgot to salt my water.
What's up,
Hmm.
TJ?
DJ.
Oh, great. Can TJ, can you log in real quick and come on the panel? I need help. I'm cooking pasta.
Don't forget to add a drop of olive oil to the water. Stops
All
it,
right.
stops it sticking together.
I'll give you a call real quick. Give me a sec.
You see?
Uh-huh.
I also salted the water.
Yep. Although bare minimum. When you've drained it, do you mix butter in with it?
I'm going to mix olive oil in with it this time because I'm doing the bruschetta, which will also have olive oil. So now I just got to figure out something to do with those blackberries. I may have a bunch of them eventually.
A pie?
Because I mean, do what?
A pie.
Mm,
Blackberry and
maybe.
apple. Blackberry and apple pie.
Maybe. I was thinking possibly dehydrate them and keep them in the fridge, in the freezer, dehydrated, and just pull them out every once in a while for like pancakes or something.
Better off with blackcurrant than blackberry for that.
I don't have any wild currant bushes.
Mm.
And what's wrong with the blackberries? And
No, just
why would
black,
that be an improvement? Why would currant be better than blackberries for pancakes?
blackcurrant's a stronger taste.
Okay.
Let's hope it's Andrew. It is.
So that you've illustrated your preference, but you haven't illustrated
Yeah.
why it'd be better.
I was going to second
Except for
Mark
you just
on-
wanted to
That's
make a
neither no.
correction to me.
No,
I
no.
was going to second Mark on that pie comment.
Oh,
Yep.
you also vote for pie?
Yep.
Well, I may have to consider a pie then.
But the
Or
question is, do you
you
like
could
that
use-
kind of pie?
You could use it as the fruit in a trifle.
Yeah, what?
Blackberries are nothing to trifle with.
In a
I
truffle?
forgot. No, a trifle. I forgot half of you lot don't know what a trifle is.
Paul, you are muted.
Gin Don probably does, but
Yep.
Donald found a blackberry patch on a path.
Oh,
And so I'm going to be harvesting blackberries for the next. I'm guessing I'll have maybe a
maybe a couple of weeks.
week and a half, something like that.
TJ, come on up. What's up, Dusty?
I've finished off my strawberries on me small plants that I've got in the garden. I'm gonna have to go and get some off the allotment now.
If
I've never heard of blueberry pie.
Oh, blueberries are beautiful.
blueberries, you can also put in muffins.
You can put any of these fruits and berries in pie and muffins.
Yep. And jellies.
Uh, Dusty
Flat.
said key lime pie, cherry pie,
That's
cheesecake.
right.
You can't make key lime pie with blackberries.
No, be kind of hard to make key lime pie with blackberry.
In fact, what
Now
the
I could
hell is,
save them and make some more of my blackberry bitch hot sauce.
what the hell is key lime
Ah.
pie?
Made with key limes.
It's
Very,
g-
very tart.
What's
So
up, guy?
yeah,
What is a key lime?
Hey, Joe,
Hey,
Is it
Joe,
just
how
an
you feeling
ordinary
today?
lime?
how you feeling?
I think it has the consistency of like almost like a cheesecake.
Okay.
I'm feeling good. I was sitting in my chair. I got in my chair about maybe 3:45, and I just woke up.
That chair must be doing good for you then.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I got home health. I got physical therapy coming by at 9 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning.
and then you've got to go to the wound place. Why don't they just send them as well?
I agree.
Why can't they come here to you?
Yeah.
Well, after tomorrow, they might, might get them to.
So they want to do the full assessment where they are.
Yeah.
I mean, our district nurses used to come out to me until one of the higher up supervisors came to do it and decided that because I wasn't housebound, I could go to the clinic instead of them coming to me.
Well, technically, I'm supposed to be housebound right now.
Mark, I thought you were about to say something about insurance.
We don't deal with insurance over here.
We don't have insurance. It's free.
Free until a certain point, or
Oh, free.
That's free.
so does that mean your taxes are sky high?
No,
Nope.
they're high, but they're not sky high.
Only
just-
for the ones who pay them.
We pay
'Cause-
8% of our wages on national insurance to pay for our pension, our
Healthcare and social care for later in life.
Yeah.
So if your insurance is through the company with your pension, what do you do if said company that you
No.
worked for
Doesn't happen
goes
over here.
goes under?
it's not insurance.
There's no insurance at all.
But
And
what do you do if the company you worked for goes under then?
Then you
There's nothing.
you sign on the social, and the social pay your national insurance stamp.
It's still free.
Yeah.
But our health service is free,
Dusty.
anything except for prescriptions. Unless you've got a serious illness that requires a lot of prescriptions, and then it's free. And when you're over 60, prescriptions are free.
And if you've got thyroid problems, the prescriptions are free.
Yeah.
Joe, you have a comment from Dusty.
I
You
got
don't need to mess around with that. Calm down.
free because I was diabetic
I'm
and
good.
all sorts of stuff.
How's the pupper dogs doing,
Yes.
Joe?
Oh, they're going good.
And then when I turned 60, I still have my general practitioner's exemption certificate because it hadn't run out. So I got it free in 2 different ways.
Loki was trying to figure a way to jump in my lap a while ago. And I told he was trying to climb across I got a little stool right here where I can keep like my phone on and things like that, like a little
Yeah.
table to kind of use in the bathtub. I
Can
got
you
one of
re-
those that I had from when I had my knee. But he's
Yeah.
trying to step across that and get into my lap, and I told him no.
Can you reach the floor if you put your arm over the side of the chair?
Yeah, I'm rubbing his head right now.
That's what he wants.
David,
Well, what he needs is like a little ottoman right next to your stool, right next to your chair, so they.
Oh, he wants Joe to put a stool next to his chair.
Well, I
That's
had an
false.
ottoman. No,
No.
not an ottoman.
the
I
dog,
had a little end table that I threw away not long ago too.
the dog's put
Because I
there.
didn't need it anymore.
don't they, Joe? The dogs put their stools next to the show.
Yeah, the
Check.
dogs are fine. The only problem with the dogs right now is since they're eating more, I'm cleaning up now.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're putting
Well,
with the chair.
How would you? You
did
jealous
your
over-
did the Amazon dog food show up?
No, it's Friday now. That's why I'm glad I got the little 5-pound bag.
It told you yesterday. Now it says not till Friday.
Well, they told me it was going to be today. Then they came out last night and said that it was redone. It's going to be Friday.
Well, Friday's the last day of Prime.
Does that mean it got put on another truck
It means that they
and sent
put
back to a
bunch of
warehouse
bullshit.
and then resent you out?
All right.
It means a lazy ass gets in the warehouse didn't put it on the van.
That's what it is. Guarantee you.
On a rare occasion, they lose your package at the warehouse.
And football coach called me today, and that kind of freaked me out seeing his name coming across because they know what's going on. They're getting the word. And kind of because I was wondering if he was reaching out to say you gonna be able to do the pictures, you know. That really kind of freaked me. He calls me up and says, "Hey, how you been?" And all this goes through. He says, "Tell me the story," because I know most of it. And he says, "Yeah, I'm glad that you're okay and you're up and about enough." He said, "I know you'll be here." He said, "I already know you're gonna be doing the pictures." And he said, "Because you're hard headed as hell." Like that. And I said, "Yeah, I'll be there." And he says, "But I got a project for you. Listen to this project." He said, "I know that you're the best person to ask." He said, "I know if you were well, you'd do it." He said, "But he said, we still might wind up having you do that if you can do it. You know, we'll pay you to do it." He wants to get a drone that his trainers can use to just be able to put up in the air, something with good flight time, not a lot of money. You don't want to spend all. He said, "I got the money," but he says, "I don't want to spend $1,500-$1,600. We got it, but I don't want to do it. I'd rather pay somebody to do it or get a trainer to do it." You know, he said, "But what we want to do is that when we go into a certain part of the practice, just put the drone up, let it hover, and film it. And that we bring it down and look at the films later. You know, so we can see it from the air." He said, "And we're trying to find the drone." So he said, "So I figured I'd reach out to you, see if you know one." I said, "Well, it's got to be DJI." I said, "And let me look." I said, "Because I don't know where you're going to find one right now. That's the whole problem." Found him a Mini 3K Fly More kit with RC2 on Amazon for $619.
Wow.
Yeah, that's on sale too.
I said, "It's just I said, "That would be the perfect one like that." I said, "I can't find any more." I said, "But it's on Prime, so you only got a couple of days to buy it." I said, "You won't get it till the end of the month. You know, because it's coming from Korea or something like that."
Oh,
You know, so get you the service plan in case you break it. You know,
I thought it would already be here stateside.
no, they don't have it. That's what I'm trying to do. See if I can find one here. But I've been in the bed with the iPad, and I don't like working on iPads trying to find shit.
I'm used to it.
Yeah,
Sitting in the chair.
I gotta have a computer.
The only downside of using laptop in your lap is the laptop gets hot.
Yeah, I don't want to do a laptop. I got a Surface laptop. I just don't feel like fooling with it.
You got the touchscreen.
Yeah.
That would almost be perfect for Paul.
No, he'd be touching too much.
Don't forget, it's Amazon Prime Day next week on the 11th.
It's on Prime now.
It's Prime Day now, David.
Got
We got
over
4
it's
days of
11th
Prime.
and 12th.
It is here.
10th, 11th for us.
Well, we're on the 9th.
Say, Joe, did you see Trump is suing California over Title IX?
I figured it's about time. They don't want to follow it, and it's the federal law. You know, and make them follow it.
About time they released Epstein documents.
Did you see the DOJ is claiming there's no
Yep,
list?
that's bullshit.
Yeah, it is. It's bullshit.
You're not going to have that many victims and know who are they victims of? How do you know they're victims? If you don't have any names of perpetrators, how do you know they're victims?
You got a point.
True.
Well, somebody said that those records are all in Biden's garage.
Oh, so they're next to the Corvette?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
those records got taken out the garage when it happened. When they
Yeah.
found them.
I don't
You-
think it's one party or another. I think it's
I think there's too many rich people paying somebody some money to shut up.
You
There's
You-
powerful people. Maybe not just rich, but people who have power.
you
That
know
show up
who
and say, listen, yeah, you can keep looking into this if you want to. By the way, here's a picture of your daughter. And we took that picture through a sniper scope.
Talking about sniper scopes, it looks like Britain and America will be sending a few missiles into the Middle East again.
Good.
Oh. Any idea when he's thinking of doing it?
Nope. It's because the Houthis have sunk 2 cargo ships this week,
Oh yeah,
which is Sudan.
I used
You
to make
s-
fun of people who delved into conspiracy theories and thought there was some giant global cabal of powerful people. It's like, nah, I don't think they're crazy anymore.
Hey, look, you go in.
There are some powerful people over there. And
I'm
some
trying
of
to
them
just-
are crazy.
Trying to decide
Drake?
whether I want to put some chicken and make a chicken salad tonight. Cook the chicken strips, a couple of them, and takes about 20 minutes. Or do I want
Andrew,
to
I'm not
open
talking
up a
about
can
powerful
of freaking
people
soup?
over there, wherever there is. I don't think there is a there. I think there's powerful people all over the world.
Just,
And I think a lot of them
just
are
leave
here.
it there, unless you want to be propping up a motorway somewhere.
Mhm.
So, Dominic, do you think there's a list for the Epstein case?
We know there's a list.
There might be, there might not be too.
Now, we know there's a list. Otherwise, Prince Andrew wouldn't have paid all that bloody money, would he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well-
didn't you see the Queen slap Prince Andrew?
Yeah.
When?
Well before she died, she slapped him just
I was
after
gonna
this all
say,
came
It'd be
out.
awful hard for her to slap him after she died.
Exactly.
Kind of hard now.
Well, she was royal. She had power everywhere, so you never know. Just but to God, I've just got one last thing to do. What's that? Slap.
Brenda says hi to you, David.
Hey, Brenda. Sorry, I
Hey,
can't chat.
Hey,
at the moment.
everybody in the chat. I'm not looking at the chat.
So, Mark, are you ready for your heat wave?
Dusty said it's dry as a bone.
Yep.
Here's a little trivial, but for people to understand. Giggles put in the chat, I love key lime pie.
Oh, great. Awesome.
We were talking about key
He
lime
can't even stay on the
pie
same subject.
minutes ago.
Yep.
Yeah, he can't
TJ
even
may
stay on the
have written
same
it
subject.
several minutes ago. You can't blame TJ. He might have answered it when we first said it.
How did we go? How did we go from key lime pie to Houthi to Prince
Yeah.
Andrew? And now
No,
back
I
to
you
key
never
lime
s-
pie.
Back to
Paul,
You never
Elon.
seen this live stream before? That's how this
TJ.
live stream goes.
Yeah, Paul, have you got any tissues?
Why?
I'm going to show a picture.
I'm not asking.
They sank it.
Intentional or unintentional?
Intentional. The Houthis did it. They boarded it, sank it. No one knows what they did with the staff.
Oh, killed everybody on board, I would imagine.
Any clue whose flag they were under?
Right. The Houthis launched their attack from Yemen, and it was a Libyan-flagged, Greek-operated Eternity Sea. And
So
there
it's
was
Greek.
There was 25 crew members on it.
And they're all gone.
Houthi.
The Houthis are,
A Houfi's one that likes cows.
yeah.
They know where they're at. Blanket bomber.
Move a couple of our ships and launch a few missiles.
No.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Blanket bomb them.
Let's just call for war. More war. This is gonna solve it.
Well, you got to keep the army busy.
Yeah.
So, of the crew, 21 of them were from the Philippines,
Actually,
and another of the rest of them were Russian.
Oh shoot! They must have all knew art.
Yeah.
the army's about the only that isn't involved, isn't it?
Oh, there you are, Dino. Oh, I'm gonna switch over to the computer for a minute because I got to get up and go to the bathroom too. So I'll be back.
Been in this world just too damn long. I'm tired of it.
I know the feeling.
Doesn't I mean, Dominic, doesn't this feel like a repeat of the 80s?
Yeah. We've been there before.
Late 80s, and it's like, oh, our solution is just to go ahead and send people off to die.
As Don is suggesting, isn't this pretty much history repeating itself?
Mm-hmm.
History always repeats itself.
That's the sad thing.
But
the problem is you can never tell which side is the one doing the repeating.
Yeah.
All the way back to the Crusades. And probably before.
They did a poll on AI to see how much people use AI. 57% say they never use AI.
And AI says, yes, you do.
I know that people I work with, they're trying to come up with some wording on something today, and I said, "How about this, and then they listened to me what I said. I said, "Let me see what ChatGPT says." It's like, you can't think for yourself.
Well, we can, but we don't need to anymore.
Exactly.
Because when you're looking
this is what happens now. Donald says it, we Google it and check it, come back and say, yeah, you're correct.
Mm-hmm. I still have not used ChatGPT.
When one of the houses behind me went for sale,
Get off.
whoever did the listing
Get off
just
them
threw it into ChatGPT and put up whatever it spit out.
Yeah.
I get emails at work and I call them out whenever I'm like, I'm getting an email from somebody. I'm like, you used ChatGPT for this, didn't you? Because I can smell it.
You can tell every email that's been produced by ChatGPT. I hope this email finds you well. Seriously, if you had any intelligence after using ChatGPT, you would take that fucking first line out.
You can always tell when an email comes from Africa as well. There's always at least 2 words that are completely wrong.
Yeah, your name.
Like they say interesting instead of interested.
Yeah.
Mind you, some of the Americans do that as well.
Where did Justin go?
He's having problems with his internet. It keeps telling me he's not connected to the internet even when he is.
I'm going to bet the issue is not Justin. I'm betting the issue is his internet provider.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Andrew. That was very well worked out.
Yeah. especially
else would it be?
Because it's happening in Florida. It's happening in North Carolina.
it's happening in Manchester. Well, it's happening in
It ain't happening here.
Those
True.
red onions are a bit stout. I'm gonna cook that.
Dominic's looking okay for internet.
Yeah, I'm
Me-
okay.
the internet's been on since about 12 o'clock today.
Andrew, who's that behind you?
There's nobody behind me.
Here there is in the doorway.
My personal
That's a
vir-
Looking
nutcracker.
through the glass on that. Yeah, yeah. No, the other side.
On the shelf, there's a
No,
nutcracker.
no. Where'd you look?
I thought you were going to go on to say, Major look.
No,
The
we
song?
could have continued it, but we won't.
Hey, David, my personal Virgin engineer's coming out again tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
What's broken?
His internet.
My internet, it keeps dropping. Gonna come and put a signal booster in.
Don't
Then
put.
he's talking about getting them to relay the cable all the way from the cabinet.
Don't put too many splitters in the house. It weakens your internet.
I don't have any splitters in the house. The internet comes into the router. Simple as that.
Yeah, and if you have it into another room in the house, and they use splitters to
What splitter?
spread-
He puts it into a router.
I've got one router.
It's wireless.
yeah, I know.
You don't put a splitter on wireless. There's no wire to put a splitter on.
It's a
Because
wireless splitter.
when they built this
That's
house,
called a repeater.
they put the cable line in, and they put too many splitters in. And when we had internet set up, when we moved in, we found out why the internet was so slow.
Okay.
There's too many damn splitters in it.
Mark, we've solved your internet problem by diagnosing Andrew's internet problem.
Yeah, literally over here, it comes into the box on the wall, straight to your router, and from there, you've either got your Ethernet ports or your wireless.
Yeah.
That's it. No splitters, no servers. That's it. Done.
Yeah, even the cable boxes are. Well, the cable boxes have cables to them, but they're also connected to the internet via wireless as well.
Yeah.
We've completely gotten rid of the cable box, but now we're just using Fire Sticks with apps from the cable company.
Yeah.
And so it all goes through the internet.
So I think Spectrum now has a box where it connects to the internet and the cloud and store. That's where they store your videos you record,
Mm-hmm.
which is new for them.
No, my cable box has got a 500 gigabyte hard drive in it.
Yeah, mine has too.
Mine's got a 1 TB.
That's what ours used to have until they got rid of it and did the Fire Stick, and your DVR goes to a.
The only
Yes, sir.
problem is that you can't take it off the hard drive in the cable box to put it somewhere else.
Why?
Well, you can.
You can.
No, there's no sockets on the machine to do that.
You've taken it apart. There will be.
You take the lid off, you take the hard drive out, it slots out like you would on a PC, slot it into your PC, copy it over, put it back into your Virgin box, find a decoder, put the decoder in, you've got your movies free of charge.
Seems like
Oh, I
an
didn't
awful lot
say
of
any of
work.
that.
Yeah.
But couldn't you just copy it over HDMI to HDMI, plug it in your computer,
No.
swap over?
That's screen recording.
Yeah, that only does it in real time, so it takes 3 hours to do a film.
Yeah. And you're watching the film as you're
Yeah,
recording
but
it,
how
so there's
long
no
does
point.
David's way take?
About 10, 15 minutes.
Don, do they care if you take apart the cable box from the company?
Oh yeah, they don't want you to.
Yeah, they tell you can't do it.
Yeah,
It's
they never
impo-
they never said that when I got mine.
Well, they don't tell you can't do it, but if you read the terms and conditions, you'll find it's in there.
And there'll be a little
It-
sticker over the top of it. It's probably.
It's like when Sky came out just before we was made homeless a few years back. They came out and the hard drive had gone faulty, and the guy said, "I've got a better idea." He said, "Instead of replacing your box, I'll just replace the hard drive." And he came back and he went, "I can only find a free TB hard drive. They're not made for skyboxes." He said, "These are for businesses." And he went, "So you don't know this is in there." He put it in, and 2 days later, we got the notice to say we was being evicted. So I rang Sky up and I went, "Yeah, thanks for fixing my skybox, but I'm leaving now." When the engineer didn't put a hard drive in because he couldn't record it on his paperwork because it's a free TV one.
So you took the 3TB one out and put the broken one back in.
Well,
I didn't put any back in. I didn't even
Didn't
send
you-
the box back.
you could have just said, "I know nothing about that hard drive."
No, I just took the hard drive out and didn't send the box back. We was getting evicted, so technically they don't know how you've been evicted. They don't know that we had time to pack up and everything else. We just said we've been evicted. Yeah. Normally when you're evicted, you leave everything behind. And then you have to go back and get it. So and that hard drive is doing a very, very good job in my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about getting them next to put a new cable from the cabinet, a thicker and newer
Yeah, the new cables.
new fiber optic cable, another it's a fiber optic anyway, but it's an old one. He wants
Where did
Yeah,
Joe go?
he wants a thicker one.
He's
that can-
moving to his computer
Oh,
very slowly.
but where he's moved the box to now, my download speed's gone up from 660 to 820.
Yeah, well, once you get that new cable, that
Yeah.
new cable is going to be suitable for 10 gig.
Yeah.
It's not available yet, but because it's suitable for 10 gig, you'll see a bloody increase in your speed.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, I reported to the council that the bin men didn't empty the bins last week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And that someone had dumped loads of rubbish next to the bins, fly tipped, one of the houses. So they sent someone out today to sort it. He took the bins, every one of them, and left the rubbish.
Yeah.
So the bin men are going to love that on Thursday. When he turn up and there's no bins to empty because it's all just chucked on the floor.
Yeah, they won't take anything that's not in a bin here.
Well, they got no bloody choice now because the guy from the council took the bins. So I think he must have misread the memo when he
Didn't
said clean the bins, not take them.
Yeah. Oh, we have a guy comes round in a van with a pressure washer in it after the dustbin men's bin and cleans it out if you pay him.
Yeah, well, we don't have them bins here. Ours have just been big 4-wheel ones.
All right, yeah.
Well, no, they were.
Yeah, I've been mending empty the bins last week, and all they had to do was the brown bin last week. There was no others, but they didn't come. Usually they're at 7 o'clock in the morning to do that one.
Oh, it used to annoy me that when the bin men used to turn up at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
Don't care if we're the first on your round. Fuck off and come back at 8.
But they'll do the brown bin at about 7 o'clock. Then they'll do the green bin at around 10 o'clock, and then about 12 o'clock they'll do the black bin.
Oh, Windows has had another update. Just what we fucking needed. More bullshit.
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 Just found another fucking battery pack. By the way, did anybody hear me swearing earlier?
No.
I'm telling you, the air turned freaking blue over here. There's a lot of curse words being said. I've finished all the LEDs, put all the wires in, sewn them all in, and then the USB port failed. Oh, I tell you. I thought I was going to have to rip the whole fucking lot back out. But I got the hot glue gun out and hot glued the wire back. I ain't going to try and solder a fucking USB port. Don't wake Andrew.
Okay. So since I'm just winging it, I decided to take a large portion of the bruschetta that I was dicing up. I'm cooking it with the balsamic vinegar and letting it thicken up and cook into itself a little bit. And that'll be my main sauce. And then I'm keeping the other portion of the bruschetta out to the side to add in just as an accent on the top of it to give it that freshness. In case anybody knows what I'm doing or wants to know what I'm doing. I have no idea whether it's going to turn out good or not. This is just kind of me winging it.
Why balsamic vinegar?
To give it a little bit of depth and sweetness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back soon.
Oh, God. They brought Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back into Fortnite. God's sake.
Awesome.
I'm doing the sauce because I didn't think that this bruschetta would be quite sticky enough to stick to the pasta. That's why I decided to go ahead and throw half of it into a pan, reduce it, thicken it up a little bit. We'll see how it comes out. Like I said, it's all an experiment. So when you say why, it's like, I don't know, I'm just kind of winging it and
Mm.
waiting for Mark to tell me what I should do instead of this is to go ahead and just make a curry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure curry with bruschetta is a good idea, but
No, I'm saying in lieu of.
I don't know. I've not had a curry with pasta before.
Oh, time to try then.
It's an interesting idea.
Curry pasta.
Yeah.
That's the tragic there. An 8-year-old girl was left orphaned after her family's RV was swept away by the Texas floods. She is the sole survivor of the family of
Aw.
5.
Yep.
That's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I've only had one curry this week. I had a chicken biryani 2 days ago.
Brenda, I think it might be only one, if not one, maybe 2.
Ooh,
Let me check and see.
that's not that bad. Little garlic.
2 ships, the Sam Loud and the Algoma Endeavor.
That's not perfect. I guess before I started cooking this, I should have called my wife and asked her when she was going to be home.
Well, might have been helpful.
Just stick it in the slow cooker, it'll stay warm.
Justin's back. He must have got hooked up.
Hello.
Huh.
Did you get it figured out, Justin?
My name is Elder Price.
Figured out what it was, but it's nothing that I can do. So what it is, it seems to be an issue with my internet service connecting with Microsoft. And so Corey thinks that they might have a specific part of a data center, if not a data center being down. And so that's why I'm able to get on Google, Opera, all that. And it's working fine, but anything Microsoft related is not working on my computer to connect to the internet. And so we used my VPN, and I like VPN into Australia, and
Yeah.
everything started working.
Huh.
So, and then I tried Jacksonville, which is the closest to me, and it seems to be working now. So I don't know. I'm gonna reset the router and stuff this evening and see if it fixes it. But Corey had me put in like 100 different props. Like we were really trying to. He did a really good job helping me.
Yeah, Corey knows his stuff.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to him. I didn't want to bug him earlier. I was waiting for him to come into the chat. Oh yeah, I think he's pinpointed down what it is. So. But like I said, it's nothing.
The
He said
user.
it's nothing. He said it's nothing I can do on my end. It's something either with my internet service or Microsoft somewhere in there with the particular data center I was connected to is not communicating is the issue. So
Yeah, Brenda. Brenda was watching me on the local camera when I shot the one ship.
I'll say publicly again, thank you, Corey. You were a big help, man. Appreciate it. That's something I've never run across before. That was really weird.
Why would anybody use chicken breast for a recipe when chicken thighs are available?
I guess it all depends. Are you a breast man or a thigh man?
Mm.
When it comes to chicken, thighs definitely.
That's exactly why I wanted to talk to you or David, because that's right up what you guys do. So, yeah. Oh, it's starting to storm outside.
Fucking brave.
Bone in, bone out choice. I don't know. I would rather have chicken legs or chicken wings than chicken breasts myself. I like the bone.
These I had were boneless.
So they've already had the bone taken out?
Yep. But
Well,
if
boneless
you're going
means
to, depends on how you're going to be cooking them too. But bone in, you get more flavor.
that is true.
Mhm.
It's a little more work on the back end though.
And you get to make stock out of the bone.
Mm-hmm. Should have added the celery.
So now I got Bo on my ass because it's storming outside. He ain't gonna leave me alone now.
Mm.
Turns into the biggest fucking baby when it starts storming up.
Did you see what's going on out there? It's insane.
Yeah, I know. Fucking 80-pound dog and nothing but muscle, and he turns into the biggest baby when it starts storming up.
I told you, my dog I used to have, Archie, trying to break into the front door. You ever hear that one?
Yeah.
And it was a storm that was on the horizon. It wasn't even there yet, but you could hear the thunder.
But yet I got Tyson over here who's 10 pounds soaking wet and could care fucking less.
Mhm.
He's the ballsy little one.
He would defend me.
Tyson don't give a crap about fireworks, any of that. Don't bug him at all.
Now, which dog is a favorite of which family member?
What do you mean?
Like Tyson, who's his biggest buddy in the family?
Tyson and mommy all day long.
Okay.
And then it's Aubrey, and then it's me. They stole my fucking dog from me. So I tell Aubrey or Sarah all the time, he stole my dog.
Okay, now your big dog, what about him?
He spends most of his time with Kelsey, but he spends a lot of time with me too.
Okay.
He's kind of bad. When he's scared, he's got to be with me. When there's storms and stuff, he sits at my feet and he won't leave me alone.
So
If I lay in the bed, he goes
Tyson-
under the bed underneath me.
Tyson runs to mommy.
Oh, dude, I can't even go over and give Sarah a kiss without him fucking flipping out on me. He fucking will defend her like, yeah, he nobody screws with his mom. Oh, they got bats and nitro fists again. Ooh, nice, Corey. I didn't even play. I haven't played much in the last 2 days.
David was saying before they've got the Ninja Turtles in again.
Oh yeah, in the store. Yeah, I already have all of them. I don't have all their accessories, but I got all 4 of the Ninja Turtles, and I have their van, their car.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4-seater, like old Volkswagen looking van.
Ooh, I bet you're the coolest kid in grade school.
I am.
Well, isn't that the one that the girl drives?
Not like showing up a bunch of little kids in preschool.
They should have Scooby Doo on it.
Got
Hey,
someone
look.
on the bus with the kids and you guys play Fortnite? Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of kids that play it, but I have met more people that are adults that play it than I have kids. Just meeting people as I've been playing the game. I've met more adults in their 20s and 30s and even 40s and 50s playing it. I mean, there's a lot of
Justin,
people in their 50s
Here's the
playing it.
thing. I would hope that in your daily life, you're meeting more adults than you are children.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, actually, no, because he works on a school bus.
Yeah, but that's the same several kids.
God damn it.
You're still going to meet them.
Is that right?
I can see Justin. Hello. Did I lose my audio?
No.
No, I'm back. Okay. I just say I could see Justin riding down to the playground on his Huffy.
What is Huffy?
What's up? You guys play Fortnite, huh?
What's up,
You
man?
want to hear about my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles van? Yeah, it's pretty sick.
One of them old Huffies with the colorful wheels on them. Looking
Yeah,
like
I
you're
do
straight,
not know why they brought turtles into this shit.
looking like you're straight out of the 90s.
Hello. Bonjour.
Are you talking about the weapons or just Ninja Turtles in general in the game?
Both.
Well, I know why they're in the game because we all know Fortnite's a big advertisement. It's a big billboard. When
They
came
paid
out
the
with
price.
when they came out with the new Ninja Turtles movie, that's why they introduced it into the game.
Yeah.
Literally, all the new movies that come out, that's what happens. It's just become a big marketing thing.
Yep. Fortnite. How do you think they make their money? They're all right. New skins.
See, Epic went from when they first started, they were paying for licensing deals to get stuff on their game. Now companies are paying them to
Mhm.
put the shit on the game because it's great advertisement.
It's a good business model.
Oh yeah.
So
I-
Now Epic is so big and so popular. Now they're getting paid instead of paying out.
I said back in the day that there was a game called
Oregon Trail.
Escape Velocity, and you would fly through space and you make delivery stuff a lot of times, or you'd be a pirate and you could rob
That's-
people, but you'd pick up deliveries from one planet and deliver to another planet. Now I
Uh-huh.
said that a great business model for them would be to sell advertising within the game, so you'd be picking up from the Coca-Cola system
I don't understand how this works.
a shipload of Coke
Climb back into the internet.
and taking it to say a desert planet.
The only thing I think it was the chat to resume.
Yeah, because I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I think that came out in like 97.
The 80s.
It was definitely 80s. I remember the apple pizzas.
And are you talking about the movie or
Yeah,
the comic
movie.
books?
The movie.
Comic books were first.
I know. So I remember the movie came out in like 97 or so, I thought.
Then they count.
There may have been one around there, but the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie would have been late 80s, I'm pretty sure. It might be early 90s. It wasn't 97, that's
it
for
was
sure.
exactly 1990.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was.
That's what I was like.
into that when
I was like,
kid.
it's early 90s or late 80s. I knew.
I remember it was 90 something.
Yeah, it was March 30th, 1990. So right at the beginning of 1990. But that was when it was released, so they were working on it in 89 for sure. Because that was only 3 months into the year, so
Yeah, but that don't count. It doesn't
Right.
count when they were working on it.
no, but I'm saying that you are correct as of the fact that it was being conceived at that time too.
Corey said 87, anime TV series in 87, and live action in 90.
That's true. They did have the animated.
Yeah, I didn't look up that. I was just looking up the
I was
movies.
an adult, so I didn't watch any of it.
How old were you in 1990?
Who?
Donald. You'd have been what, early 20s?
You
Yep.
bitch.
30.
I would have been 90, or I would have been 20.
90?
In 90. In 90, I would have been 20.
I was 90.
Like, God damn, bro, you're old as fuck.
In 90, I would have been 20.
You would have. And now Don's 100.
Oh, I mean, you would have been
30.
older. You wouldn't have been too old to like watch that in a movie theater. I don't think it was really that much of a kid's movie, was it?
What, Turtles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it was, but I mean, I don't see why an adult wouldn't have watched it back then.
I've never watched a turtle movie.
Yeah, well, you're also 180 years old, so you were fucking 34 when I was,
Hey,
when I was
Justin,
born.
I was making a joke. I went with a bunch of my friends in college when Little Mermaid came out. We went to the theater to see The Little Mermaid.
We were talking about this earlier, Paul, when you were gone. You were 34 when I was born.
Yep. No, I heard you.
When the first Jurassic Park movie came out,
1994.
my parents took me and my brother to see the movie, and me and my brother were laughing hysterically when the dinosaur takes
What's up, JD?
the outhouse off and tries to eat the guy on the toilet. Remember that scene?
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie.
I haven't watched the new Ninja Turtles. I'll watch it. though. I'd watch
What year were you born, Justin?
it. 85.
It's just a baby.
You would have either been 33 or 34, depending on your birthday. But
85, I was in Kansas City. That's when I had the pizza business.
I missed it by a year. Jurassic Park came out in 93. I thought it was 94.
JD said Murray's been a hermit since he was 10.
Jim said that explains a lot, Don.
What explains a lot.
He's questioning your manhood because you went and watched Little Mermaid.
Oh. Okay.
Well, the original is better than the remake.
I don't need to defend my manhood just because I went and saw a cartoon.
None of them checked to see if he went with his girlfriend at the time, you know.
And if you're a good
What's
dad,
the way
you're
to
gonna...
win a girl's heart?
No, and
No,
if
there
you're...
were
Just
several
see a
of
Disney
us.
movie.
There were several of us that went to see the movie at the same time.
And not to mention, if you're a good
Oh,
dad,
it was
you've
the
got a
Swingers
daughter,
Club, was it?
you're going to end up watching a lot of those movies anyway.
Didn't have a
So-
daughter then.
No, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying in general. Like, you're going to end up watching a lot of those Disney
Oh.
girly movie types.
Speaking of Disney-esque stuff, I just heard the Wiggles Young Kids Band. The originals are still touring, and occasionally they show up at random bars. Now,
That's pretty cool.
The Wiggles,
the OG Wiggles.
they're the ones out of Australia, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I thought it was one of them died from cancer or something. Wasn't there one or two of them that got replaced over the years?
Yeah, I believe so. But
I
they
think
got
one died and I think one or two left the group. I think they replaced a couple of them over the years.
because there's a video on TikTok. He FaceTimes him
I don't know.
mid song.
Yeah, that was probably one of the kids programs that came out of Australia that was very successful. Definitely. Because they were big over here.
Sunstar, I was born 1990, so actually my old neighbor is actually the same age as Justin.
Yeah, I'll be 40 in October.
Oh, man.
And I gotta go on my 40th birthday and pick out my set of New Balances.
Just be better than the Gap.
Yeah, watch out for the
Justin,
pavements.
You're just buy whatever shoe fits the best.
He does.
Oh no,
That's
that's
why he
the
wears
40.
stilettos.
That's the 40-year-old starter pack. You got to get the New Balances.
I'm sorry. Are you the head of Apple?
Mark, you're upside down.
What?
You're upside down.
I'm not. I'm stood up.
Yeah, he stood up over his
Okay.
cell phone. That's
He
why.
set up over a cell phone.
Because it looked like you're
Now, to Dominic, Mark's upside down.
I was fucking charge leading.
Jim's calling us a youngin.
I was going to ask Dominic if anybody else is on tonight.
Jim said I have a warrant older than you.
Coast to Coast Grind with Bill Thomas.
Coast to coast. Okay.
The only one I can think of.
You usually go over there, Dominic?
I'll watch in the background, yeah. Not at a time that's that good. But I generally watch it on a replay sometimes because there are some interesting topics.
Ah, Corey, now it's doing it on my phone again.
Mm-mm.
I don't have the VPN turned on my phone.
I
Yeah,
heard
gonna-
you've been having internet issues, Justin.
No, just weird internet So what happened was this morning my internet went out. And then they got it fixed
Andrew?
and got it turned back on. It
Andrew,
was out for
Huh?
turn your chair around, face the door, think about what you've done.
but it's weird because I can get on the internet and everything, but it's showing that I'm not on the internet at the same time, which is weird.
Paul, have you noticed they all keep saying you're old, yeah, and you're forgetful, but these guys are really old because they keep repeating themselves. It's the same story over and over,
Because I was asked.
and the same questions.
Justin, I'm wondering if your
Don't
internet
knock us old people. Isn't that right, Paul?
What are you talking about, us old people? You're not even close to Paul's age.
I'm closer to it than you are.
You're still not close to it.
Wow.
You still got to get through what about 2.5 more decades before you catch up with
Andrew
Paul?
wants to complete his sentence.
Justin's getting old faster than Paul is.
Justin, I'm wondering if your provider is working on the cable line.
No, it's not that.
No, no. Because usually that happens to me when they're working not far from here.
No, Corey pinpointed what it was. And it's nothing I can fix. It's on their end.
Oh.
But he said most likely what it was that he pinpointed it to. He said most likely they already know it's an issue and they're working on it. He said it'd be setting alarms off somewhere. So
Because a while
that's what part of Corey's job is dealing with.
Hey,
network
Joe's
connections and
back.
stuff.
because of
Corey
I
knows
had
what
an
he's
emergency.
You
'Cause
did.
Yeah.
What was the
you
matter,
had-
Joe?
The part again?
He doesn't want to talk about it.
No, I'll tell you in a minute. I'm just waiting for everybody. Hold on. Just getting everything. I'm hearing doubles. There you go. You get that done, get that done, get that done. No, I had an emergency. I walked in the kitchen. I was making some soup, and I opened up the freezer to get some ice. And you know how you get the ice tray where all the ice falls down into it, the ice maker?
Yep.
It's solid ice and water dripping. So the ice maker is dripping.
Uh-oh.
So I turned it off, took it out, got all that ice out, put it back in, because they're closed now. I can't get them to come in today. I'm gonna be running tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to do it again in the morning, call them and have them come fix it tomorrow.
Can't you just turn
It
it
might
off,
not
Brian?
even be that. It might have just been some way where it jammed.
Justin, he doesn't need to be digging behind
yeah,
a refrigerator.
Yeah, no, I was going to correct myself. I was like, there
I'd have
should be a
fixed
shut off valve back there for it. But
Yeah, that's behind it, but I can't get behind it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Is it
Is
a fridge, half freezer, or is it a bottom freezer?
No, the top freezer.
This is old
Oh,
stand.
it's-
It's
Oh,
just a
Joe,
stand.
what about your buddy that's the maintenance guy there? Can't you get a hold of him?
Yeah, not to Lamar.
You might be lucky. It may be. I mean, has it just been running and running and running? Or it may have been if it got an ice cube in it during the cycle that was going through and didn't actually finish to turn around. Well, but it should still wait until it gets to the flat point before it turns on the water.
So I don't know. It might, I don't know. That's what I don't know, because you got to realize too, it's only been working. Yesterday it worked fine when I turned it back on. I think something jammed in it. But like I said, I got all of that out in the sink, and I got that out, and I put the empty tray back, big container back. So I'm gonna go look at it in a little while, and it might just be
filling back up with water. Is it still leaking water?
I don't know. I had a drip, but it could be just the stuff melting. You know.
Yeah, I was wondering if the tray did not actually turn, it got frozen in place, and then it's trying to go through the cycle and just running water in on top of ice cubes in the tray, but not dumping anything. It's just the water running down.
Yeah, that's what I think it was doing.
That would be your best outcome.
Because the arm, the arm that goes up and down,
Yeah.
it's frozen solid. So I got a feeling it got stuck in place.
And wasn't turning it off.
Yeah. So I'll go in there in a little while and look at it. I might get a hot rag and put it on there, melt that, and see if I can get it to work.
So you think you're turning it off, but it's not actually engaging off.
Yeah, it's not turning itself off.
Yeah, it's an automatic ice maker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard for that thing to break. It's like there's not many moving parts. But
You
they
don't
break.
have a hair dryer, do you?
I got that dryer. I'm gonna bring that in there. That hot dryer, hot air dryer.
Yeah.
I can plug that in and blow it all up in there. And see if that works.
You're lucky it didn't go for longer and freeze your whole freezer shut.
Well, I'm just worried about it leaking out
Mhm.
and going all out into the floor and stuff like that. Then I got bigger problems. But as long as I can check it tonight, and if it's doing it again, I'll just, because tomorrow morning I got somebody coming in at 8 o'clock. Then I got to leave at 11 o'clock. So I could call them first thing in the morning and say, hey, come see, just turn it off or whatever, and we'll get it fixed later. 'Cause I don't need the ice. I was just doing it.
Just tell them, just come check it and see
Is there a switch on it to turn the ice maker on and off permanently?
Yeah, I got the switch off right now.
Okay.
But it's like I said, it's off, but it's still dripping. So that's why I'm thinking it's just condensation coming off of what was melting.
The ice is
Yeah.
melting, yeah.
I've
So that
been-
might be all it takes. It just might need it melt and then arm go back down and it work.
Joe,
That's
I
the
bet
logical.
I'm
That's the
betting
logical.
between you and Don can fix your ice maker.
Oh,
Don doesn't live there.
Nah, it's still, you just got to be logical. I'm thinking that's the logical part.
Yeah. I mean, Joe, you want me to drive over and take a look at it?
No, I'm good. It's just a pain in the ass, that all this
Yeah.
shit got to happen.
You're
one
only
at a
10
time.
hours away from me.
Yeah, I know.
All right. He's
Why
afraid
could-
I'd move in.
You'd only be here about 5 minutes. The dogs will run you out.
Dogs love me.
No, because you're like me. You're a clean freak. You got to have your stuff right. And right now, I am freaking out because I got to shampoo the carpet in the back, and I know I can't do it.
Oh, yeah, maybe I wouldn't.
What did the dogs do something?
Well, one of them got sick all the way in the back where my camera stuff is. So there's a pile of something dried up there. So that's easy because it's dry. That I could get scraped up real quick with the wet dry. That'll
Joe,
suck it
I
right
haven't
in.
had dinner yet. Come on.
Well, I just ate, so about time.
Jim is saying,
Hot dogs again? Oh, never mind.
Ooh. I'm having fresh strawberries, banana, and chocolate custard.
That
What's in there?
pineapple.
ooh.
Oh, that looks good.
Well, I
what's-
had a bunch of cherry tomatoes
What's
and some
the
basil.
what's the
and
occasion?
somebody had left some chicken thighs in the fridge. So I thought, and I had some penne up in the thing, so I decided to do a bruschetta chicken pasta.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And so I was making bruschetta, and I thought, that really needs to be cooked and reduced down a little bit and get some stickiness in it. So that's what I threw in the skillet over there. So that's got the chicken thighs and the.
I think
Actual-
Donald would whoop ass on one of those cooking shows where they just give you like 10 random ingredients and they're like, make me something good.
Yeah, like a cooking challenge show.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll be mixed with the
Yeah.
pasta as soon as my wife gets home. It'll
Oh.
be mixed with the pasta and then mixed in with the fresh bruschetta and give that fresh brightness. The fresh veggies.
I
Yeah,
say
I-
we all apply for Master. What is it? Master Chef, the one where all the amateurs come in to cook for them. I think we need to apply for Donald to go on it.
Actually, I think
They've
David.
scrapped it.
They've
over
scrapped
here.
I think David would do quite well.
I mean,
No.
but unfortunately, they've scrapped it.
I'll find one.
David in a microwave,
Uh,
maybe.
Because
Greg Wallace has apparently been naughty.
I was actually watching a documentary on YouTube the other day about the Food Network and how much controversy has been around so many of the hosts on that network. I was like, Jesus Christ. I didn't realize it was that big of a thing.
speaking of Have you heard of the show Worst Chef?
Mm-mm. I don't really watch cooking shows. The only ones I ever
Hmm.
watched was Ramsay's because I thought they were funny.
Let's everybody, instead of entering the other show for me, let's go ahead and enter Worst Chef for Joe, and he can go on and make gumbo for him.
Problem. Host of Worst Chef and Burrell passed away.
You're like, okay, you can make a gumbo, and Joe be like, okay, where's the jar of roux at?
No post hospital sympathy for Joe.
Oh, by the way, guess what I got from
Bobby
DJI
Flay will
today?
say,
Do what? What'd
I
you
got
get,
a
Joe?
box from DJI today. Guess what I got in it?
What did you get?
Drones.
I got a battery and I didn't get a drone.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
They
Joe,
sent me a
how did
battery,
they
the
send
replacement battery, but not the drone.
How do they send a battery and not the drone unless you order them separately?
Drone's extra.
No, 199 pays for the drone and the battery. So they got me the battery now, but the drone, they haven't sent me the drone yet.
Oh my God. They're probably trying to figure out how to get you one.
Yeah.
You're gonna get. That's
Joe's
pretty-
thinking, how did they mess this up?
Yeah, there was no problems letting the battery through customs.
Yeah, when they sent the battery was in California. When they sent it through Canada, they had two pieces in the box, the drone and the battery.
Some people
And they
were
rejected it. They went
Yep.
back. They've got it back. They've received it back already. So they need to give him a drone.
There was a guy that put a video out I ran across because I've been getting so many of these videos coming across my feed now. Because I looked up a few of them and now they're fucking blasting me with them. But the guy posted a video yesterday claiming that they're snagging drones. Customs is snagging them now in the US, going through the regular mail. Like once they're already in the country and somebody ships one, like say I shipped you a drone from here to there to you, Andrew, they would they're apparently they're intercepting them that way now too. They're intercepting them in the mail as they're
that's just insane.
but I don't know if it's true though. That's just
But
what the
what-
guy said. Now whether that's true or not, I don't know.
So
That's what the
they
guy
would
was
inter-
claiming. He
so-
said he said he knew two people that it happened to so far, but he didn't mention who.
So you order from Best Buy. Best Buy sends it through UPS usually, and
Best Buy don't have them anymore.
well, used to, and in between they would intercept that package.
That's what this guy claimed that happened to two people he knew so far in the past week. He said that two people that he knew ordered a DJI drone that was just coming through the US mail, was already in the States, and apparently they intercepted the drones mid shipment.
You're not allowed to batteries through the post.
You can, as long as you label it that there's a battery in it.
Mark,
You have to properly tell them that, and then they'll properly label the box.
Mark,
all that.
how far is the Scottish border?
For me,
Yeah,
don't know, 280, 300 miles.
oh, okay, that's a ways.
But but like I said, that's uncorroborated because I don't know if that's true. I'm just going by what the guy said in the video.
Yeah, I
Now
saw
whether
the
they're actually doing that, I don't know.
I saw the headline for that video.
But Andrew, we don't have customs between Scotland and England.
I didn't know you could have gone to Edinburgh, got yourself a drone, drove back
But-
across the border.
But you know what's crazy is you can, like Mark said, you can get the battery through customs, but not the drone. But yet the battery was customs' main argument.
Yeah. And
Was
Andrew,
the slavery of the making the
The
battery.
Uyghurs.
Yeah.
Andrew, over here, if we want, yeah, we can run to Scotland, jump over the border, tell them to back off, run back, jump into Wales, tell them to fuck off, and run back to Scotland and do the same. All day long. No passport, no customs. Do what you want.
Well, you used to be able to do that in Mexico and Canada, but after 9/11, they
Listen,
started-
I can go
Oh.
across the border and I can go across the border and tell Arkansas to go fuck themselves. I can go across the border and tell Oklahoma, go fuck yourselves.
and watching
across
it.
the
Let's
border
see.
to tell Kansas.
Within 3 hours, I can go Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, and tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
well, we
talking
can
about.
go from North Wales. We can go from Wales to Scotland in what 3
Yeah,
hours
but-
on the train and back.
But isn't Wales and Scotland? Are they technically their own country, or you guys treating?
Wales.
Yes, they're their own
is-
country, but they need us.
I don't get it. Did you guys govern them?
Right?
They have
No.
the government.
Well, no. Yes and no.
So they're more like a territory then.
No, we have the big government, Westminster. Then they have devolution powers. Scotland has more powers than Wales has because Wales's population is only like 4.5 million, and they wouldn't be able to survive on their own. Scotland can more or less survive on its own, but it would struggle.
Wales has 4.5 million, and only 2 million of those are sheep, right?
No,
No, that's well sheep.
million of sheep.
Oh, yes, sheep.
Well, that kind of sounds like what we would call a territory because
Yeah, but it's not. It's their own countries. They've got their own international teams and everything else.
well,
Kinda
that's
like
what
Puerto Rico.
that's
You've got
yeah, that's what a
you've got
territory would be here.
Yeah, but you've got England, you've got Scotland, and you've got Wales, right? They form the Great Britain.
Right,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying
If
is
you
that's
add Northern Ireland, then it becomes the United Kingdom.
Justin, yes, you are correct.
yeah, because that sort of sounds just like what we would call U.S. territory, like Puerto Rico. They have their own
It's not a
government,
territory.
right? But that's the way we would label because they have their own government, but our government can step in at any time,
But
And-
Justin, if
do
you
what
end
they
up
want if they really wanted to.
if you end up in Scotland, you'll find so many sheep.
The British
You'll be
Virgin.
like, what the heck is
Wrong.
going on?
Andrew,
Yeah.
wrong country. Wales.
It's Wales, not Scotland.
Wales is a sheep. I already gave you a cheat sheet earlier.
Yeah. Now, if you go to Scotland, you
Captain.
get the two-legged sheep that run round the hills. They call them haggis.
Well, Wales raises sheep. Scotland raises sheep fuckers.
Because I want to say even
Actually, Scottish
Jim,
people do not fuck sheep. And the reason they don't fuck sheep is because they're always too drunk.
Ah, that's true.
Justin,
That's not true. That's just
I already saw what he said.
See, Jim.
cattle.
But
Yeah, Angus beef is Scottish.
because I want to say Puerto Rico even has a representative in Congress, they just don't have any voting.
right.
They can't vote on anything, but they do have a representative.
Hmm.
I think they do.
Yeah, they get
I don't know.
representation.
Yeah, they're just not allowed to vote on nothing. They're just there as kind of just for show more than anything, I guess.
144 cans of Dr. Pepper for £45. Do I want
All
it?
sugar watered.
Oh,
Get rid of it.
uh,
I say that,
i-
but I've got a 2-liter here.
if you want to see more sheep, Don, go to New Zealand.
Ah, yeah, New Zealand,
More sheep
Corey's-
than people.
where the hobbits are.
Oh, my team's on to me now.
Wales has got more sheep than people.
We have more chickens than people here. Should we probably got more cattle? Is there like I think on average 600 million chickens or something in the U.S. at any given time?
About 80.
Does that including the barbecued ones?
Dude, all of them.
Well, doesn't the U.S. consume more chicken than any other country in the world?
Maybe.
Very
Probably.
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't be surprised on that.
I know they're working on a 4-legged chicken, so that you can have more drumsticks.
Although probably not actually. That might go to India because they don't eat any
Oh,
kind of beef products.
4-legged chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
Hey,
sounds
that way you
like
get 4
What
drumsticks.
country eats
No
more
one knows
chicken?
what they taste like because they're fast.
India tends to be chicken, lamb,
You may reach your talk, they
Ve-
say.
Most of the world's chickens are found in China, the world's leading egg producer. It's followed by Indonesia,
Jim.
Pakistan, Brazil, and the United States,
There
which
you
is
go.
the world's leading producer of broiler chickens.
You're the world's biggest producer of broiler chickens, but you're actually fifth in the world of consumption of chickens.
Broiler chickens, you broil stuff, it's underneath a heated grill, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought sound like a kid crying, screaming outside. Guy on a zero-turn mower mowing
Run
the
over a
neighbor's
kid.
yard. No, he's mowing the neighbor's yard who moved out, so that he's using their zero-turn mower that was in their garage. Well, he was out there going into the garage, turning around and coming back out, and it was squealing on that concrete. It's like,
Didn't raise
like,
the.
what are you doing?
Wait, they've moved out and left a zero turn, so he's just gone and used it.
They left it because they're trying to sell the house.
So they're just leaving it there for the lawn maintenance until
So
they
they're
sell
leaving
the
it
house.
there so that they can have somebody come over and mow the lawn.
Right,
All right.
just till they sell
So he
it.
was mowing their lawn for them.
Yes, until they sell it.
Yeah. I actually thought you meant he just literally he's turned up, opened the garage, took the zero turn out,
Don,
popped
he-
up to do his own lawn.
Down at that point, they could have just hired a service to mow the lawn for them.
That's what they've done.
Screw that.
Instead of using your mower, they use their mowers.
It might be their son mowing it. I don't know who the person is mowing it. I just know. All I know is that he was he was on a zero turn mower doing donuts in an empty garage.
Joe, are you hurting in pain? You don't look good.
He's on the phone.
Oh,
He's like, I'll just take the top layer of the cement off. Give that a nice trim up too.
I've mowed the garage. The grass looks lovely.
About the garage.
Just take a little bit off the top.
Well,
No, honestly,
but-
they say that's the best way to save extinct animals these days. Start farming them for food. Next thing you know, there'll be millions of them.
You're probably right.
It's true though. There would be millions of them.
Let's see, Justin, down there, you got at least thousands of crocs and gators.
They get hunting tags for those every year. You can hunt
Yeah,
them.
he's got lots of crocs and alligators, but they're busy at the moment. They've been employed by the government.
No, they don't have crocodiles.
Because if
Now we have alligators.
They don't have crocodiles.
Because David, down near Joe, southern Louisiana, they've got swamp people, and he could easily go out hunting for gators.
No, but they're like David said, they're all being employed for alligator Alcatraz right now.
Did you see the meme with
They're
the
busy at the
gators in the ice hat?
You've got to catch them in between shifts.
No, somebody took a news story and they were scooping this gator out of a
Paul, are you bleeding?
like a ditch,
Oh yeah.
You bleed on the side of the face.
and they were
Yeah.
talking about they were recruiting
Who?
new employees.
You.
no.
Turn sideways.
You picked it again.
It looks
No.
like yeah, you're bleeding from the ear.
No.
Yeah, turn sideways, proper sideways.
That's a shadow.
Is it?
It's a shadow.
I was worried then because it looked like it was badly bleeding. I was like, fucking hell, Paul.
It's a shadow.
It's a shadow. Watch.
Yeah, that's just a shadow.
Okay.
his ear.
At least you know I care.
It's a shadow in his ear.
No, that thing does look like it's starting to go away on your face, though, a little bit,
Yeah, it is.
because it was really dark right a couple weeks ago.
But,
David's just looking at Paul and having visions of Trump. You're bleeding from the ear.
well, Biden's doctor was
Oh.
on Capitol Hill, and he pled the fifth.
Everybody does that gets called into those damn meetings.
I think YouTube need to get a grip of their YouTube shorts, because I've seen so many bullshit fucking conspiracies about Trump this last fucking 3 days.
Why do they always plead the fifth? Why don't some of them plead the
Well,
quarter?
they're asking him about patient, and they know he can't answer questions about the patient
Yeah, because it's technically everybody's medical stuff is covered under
because
HIPAA.
it'd be
In that case, he's not pleading the fifth. He doesn't have to plead the fifth. He can just say that's protected.
Yeah.
Pleading the fifth is that you're not going to answer because it might incriminate you.
Yeah. So what's
Yeah.
plead quarter?
Pleading what?
So is HIPAA
A quar-
under pleading the fifth as
You
well?
can fifth.
No.
Why don't you plead the quarter?
I don't know.
What
He
No,
could
that
say,
doesn't-
I'm not legally able to answer that because it's a violation of HIPAA.
Yeah, it's a violation of his own. Just because he was ex-president, don't mean his medical stuff has to be public.
Mm-hmm.
He can choose to make his medical records public if he wants
Yeah.
to, but he has to choose that, or
'Cause,
whoever's taking. Or-
Whoever his carer is would have to approve.
Right.
Because Don, that would be Jill, his wife. So I know it's not his son, Hunter.
No, it's whoever. If he doesn't have a power of attorney, it'd have to be him. If it's a power of attorney, it'd have to be that person. And even then, I'm not sure if that's legal. I don't know. Because HIPAA is pretty strict on medical stuff. Like like when I asked the doctors the other day when I was in the hospital, that guy screaming down the hallway, they couldn't tell me why he was screaming. They just said, yeah, there was a guy going nuts down the hallway. I said, well, what was wrong with him? And they were like, we can't say. You know, they don't say anything. They won't tell you shit.
Although they could tell you as long as you were not able to identify who it was.
Yeah.
They just don't tell you nothing.
That's
I
the
asked-
safest route.
Oh, you know, it was that way.
Because there was a guy that was screaming. He was going, and I mean for like 4 hours straight. But it wasn't loud where I was at. I could just lightly hear it. And then the nurses came in and I said, was there somebody been screaming down the hallway for the last 3-4 hours? She looks at me. She goes, you have no idea.
Yeah.
I said, well, what was wrong with him? She goes, I can't tell you, but
It was
Yeah,
Joe. He
he
didn't
was.
get his cornbread.
Where's my turkey sandwich?
that dude was being
I
loud though.
never
Man.
had to ask for one. They brought me mine.
That guy was flipping out though for
And you know, all that food I ate there, I gained 3 pounds.
That's good.
And I really think I don't even think I gained that because
That
since I'm
was-
taking the fluid pills, I'm dropped down to the same weight again.
no, it's not really good because Joe didn't need the weight. Joe
the-
wasn't.
There was
Joe was
something
trying to.
wrong with out your leg.
Joe was trying to lose weight.
And I realize right now why I stayed in the hospital. So I don't have to deal with the shit show with my ex-wife and daughter.
You
Well,
have
they're
problems
bugging-
with them, are you?
That's
bugging-
nothing. It hasn't stopped being problems with them.
Are they fighting with each other?
No, no.
Annoying the shit out of Joe. That's all.
Yeah, her phone gets cut off. I said, why is your phone cut off? Well, I don't have the money to pay it. I said, well, I don't have the money to give you. So they wanted using a different. The ex-wife's got 4 lines that she's not using. So it's all work related. So she was able to put my daughter's number on one of the lines. So she got a phone. Now she's bitching because the Wi-Fi got cut off at the house. And I said, well, what's the Wi-Fi? Well, we owe $240 on Wi-Fi. I said, what the shit you got? You got Earthlink or whatever it's called? They said, no, they haven't been paying it. I said, well, then you don't have it.
Starlink, you mean?
Starlink, same
Who
thing.
said Earthlink?
Same thing. Starlink, Earthlink, Muslink. I said, so whose fault is that?
Well,
Well,
that
what's
only
the di-
averages like 120, 140 a month, so that would be too much.
What good is the deadbeat boyfriend?
Oh, he's paying the whole half of the rent. That's what he's paying. Eddie,
If it-
that's all he's doing.
I guarantee, Joe, if it's just Wi-Fi and they don't have cable and all the extra shit with it, that's like 2 or 3 months worth of back payment they didn't pay.
Oh, I guarantee you, they haven't been paying. They said
Yeah.
the Wi-Fi bill's like 40 or 50 bucks, and they owe 240 something right now on it.
Yeah, they just haven't been paying it
Oh, I
for the
guarantee
last
it.
2-3 months.
Now she's bitching. She says we could be able to do it when she gets paid on Friday, but there's 2 days. 2 days I can't use Wi-Fi.
Which
Oh,
I
bitch.
can't even believe that they would let them go that long because, dude, my Wi-Fi, they'll cut that shit off the next day if I don't pay the bill. They don't let you go for
Earthlink
an
would have
extra
been a
month
good
or
name
two.
for it. That way, when every time you logged in, it would say "Greetings, Earthlink."
Mhm. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so she's bitching with me because she says Nick could help, but he won't. 'Cause Nick's got a life. He ain't gonna. He knows what the shit show is. He ain't gonna put $240 on a credit card he'll never see again. He's not gonna do it. He's smarter than that.
Tell her to go check out the local library because I know here, I don't know if they have it there, but here you can actually go check out a hotspot for a week, and they give you unlimited high speed for a week, and you can actually go check out. It doesn't cost you anything.
Don,
You can do it once every like month or something. You can do
But
it
don't
once a
you
month.
have to have
just,
a membership at
heads
the
up, Don,
library?
you could get
That's
some
easy. That's free.
thunderstorms.
I could what?
You could get some thunderstorms here shortly.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so like here you can do it once a month and it's for a week, and they'll let you check out the hotspot and it'll give you unlimited high speed for a week. But you can only
Well,
do it
this
once
is
a month, and you have to just have a library card.
I got no storm showing up on my weather app.
well,
Where do
the
you think
best
I live?
part is I said, well, yeah, we got T-Mobile. They have a mobile hotspot you can get for like 45 a month.
The thing is if she's
Oh,
on her
I'm looking
cell
wrong
phone,
state. That's why.
if she has access to the internet and everything on her
I
phone,
say
what the
maybe
fuck
up by
does she need the
Kansas City.
Wi-Fi for?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sue. Why are you
That's
still
what I
here?
told her. I said, just download it on the phone off the 5G or whatever you got. It won't let me download it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Grab me a Dr. Pepper.
She hasn't figured it out yet.
The thing is, though, is
Yeah.
Let her figure it out. It's not Joe's headache.
Well, you make it fun of everybody. Look,
just fucking ignore it, bro. Ain't affecting you. You sitting at home with your Wi-Fi.
Who's
Oh,
headache?
they're calling again, Joe?
He's
Joe's
muted.
not the mama.
I'd just fucking ignore it. I'd be like, nope, sorry, boom. Hang up the fucking phone, kick back in your fucking lazy boy and enjoy your Wi-Fi. Tell her to go down to local.
Home before 7, but it's not before 7.
Tell her to go out there and go to her local Starbucks. They can use her with their Wi-Fi.
Don, I think it is 7 your time, isn't it?
Yep, she said she's gonna be home before 7.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna be hungry. I keep on munching on this pasta.
Watch, she walks in 15 minutes.
She'll be home before 7 tomorrow morning.
Granted, if my Wi-Fi goes out, it sucks. But as long as my phone's working, I'm fine. I don't.
But Justin, don't you have to be near the back of the house or the front of the house to get the best signal
For what? My cell phone?
for your cell phone signal?
No, I can just be in my room. I mean, it does drop down to like if I go outside, my cell signal will immediately go up to 5 bars on 5G. If I come in the house, it usually drops between 2 and 3 at 5G.
Yeah,
I asked you if it was in there earlier.
But it's
get a
enough
good
to where I don't have no issues watching anything.
I get a good signal out front. I come in the house, it drops down to maybe 2 bars.
I
Yeah,
get
but
I get a good signal up front, but that's because my aerial sticks up.
Oh, for fuck's sake. But I can get I get enough signal in the house to where I can watch a movie or watch a TV show or go on YouTube.
Shut up, Justin.
And be fine. Doesn't affect me.
Oh,
No,
there you go, Justin.
fucking bite me.
Drones will come for Joe.
Laura wants you to know she's listening.
Yeah,
See, Sarah.
she's been on TikTok all night.
I know Justin was on my panel.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, I
she
was on
comes,
there.
she comes through the door and goes, "Why are the birds still out?"
Because the birds
she
want to
didn't
be
put
out.
them.
You said you were putting them to bed tonight, not me.
And I will.
Once I've done it, yeah.
Well,
No,
yeah,
I
but
didn't tell you to put them in, did I?
but hold on. I'm gonna play a devil's advocate here. You are the bird man. She's the llama. She'll put the llamas to bed. It's your job to put the birds to bed.
Yeah. Are there any llamas running around the house? Case closed.
Yeah, exactly. All the llamas were put up hours ago. Sitting there fluffing up all her little llama stuffed animals on the bed. She got them in bed.
I'm going to ask you a question. What goes through your head, right, when Laura comes in the room and goes, "Shut up, Justin," right, and then you defend her? Seriously.
He said, I'm a sister that he didn't want.
I've always said that. Laura's the little pain in the ass sister I never wanted.
Wait,
At
does
times
that
you
mean
don't
when we
wanna
get
know.
married, he becomes the brother-in-law I definitely don't want?
David, at times you don't want to know what goes through the head.
That's why I said I'm playing devil's advocate here.
We don't do the devil in here. She lives with me.
I've got a weapon. I know how to use it.
That's my
And like Donald said, is there any llamas running around the house? Nope. Case closed.
Laura, it's called making the birds mad.
If you knew how many fucking llama teddy bears were in this bloody property. And
That's
ornaments.
Didn't see them all.
No. He hasn't seen all them bloody porcelain ornaments down there.
Oh, he's gonna get real mad when I come over to visit and I bring Laura a baby llama. She falls in love with it, and then they're gonna be forced to keep it.
Luckily, we don't have a garden, so she can't.
You can just see a big ass fucking big ass llama running around in their fucking flat.
Yep. It's not going. You wouldn't need a garden. It's a house llama, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't have house llamas. It's against the law. We have animal laws over here.
I'll get the proper permits. Don't worry, Laura.
You can't get a permit to keep a llama in a house under the Wildlife Act of 1981.
Then I will get some diplomatic immunity tape from the government, and I'll slap it on its ass, and then they can't touch it.
You're not going to get diplomatic immunity tape from our government.
No, I get it from my government, and I slap it on its ass. It becomes U.S. property, and then you're not allowed to touch it.
Then you take it on with you. We'll just deport it.
No, not after Laura falls in love with it.
No, yeah, exactly.
Once Laura falls in love with it, all
It's
bets
fine.
are off.
If Laura falls in love with it, and Laura wants to keep it, when it gets deported, you can go with it. And then the llama and Laura are Justin's problem. Careful what you wish for, Justin.
Justin could put up with me.
He doesn't put up with you now.
He does. He did my live stream for an hour.
Yeah, because he was bored shitless.
Oh, my.
Right, Hannah come in and she went. The first thing she put in,
Jim.
Where's the car girl? On about toxic. She didn't want anybody else.
Did you not notice Justin were in there?
Yeah, eventually. By the way, the birds are in bed.
Yeah, thanks. Says me doing it.
You do the waters.
You look like you're in deep thought looking for something, Joe.
I'm trying to put the bills together I paid in the hospital on my spreadsheet,
Oh.
which even makes it worse.
See, this is going to be me with the llama. Hold on. Here, I'll show you.
A box of Cohibas, a bottle of Chivas, do whatever it takes. Just get it done.
He's trying to get through customs, right?
More subtle.
Nice.
Checkmate, motherfucker.
I'm just gonna slap diplomatic mail on its ass.
Joe,
And then, and
I
next,
have a plan to get your drone.
What?
Just send DJI some diplomatic tape, and then you can send it back. Get him to send your drone.
Yeah.
That is true though. Like if a diplomat had something like that on their stuff, you wouldn't be allowed to touch it because it falls under that whole diplomatic immunity and everything. That was pretty slick though. He just walks up, slaps it on the bag, and just walks the fuck out with it. Yeah, that was a good movie, Jim. It was all over. Well, the energy, he was pissed off because they weren't letting him bring his energy drinks in from the US. It turned out he was hiding a gun inside of him the whole time. He had all the pieces from the gun in there. That was a really good movie.
what is it? To Paris with Love?
Yeah.
Right.
Watch it. It's a good action movie. It's really good.
Food waste bin's back.
It's been out for a while. That came out like
Is-
probably 7-8 years ago.
Is that ice cream, Paul?
Is that state obvious, Sandra?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to see him giving the French
God, food waste.
customs
Right
shit,
on.
watch that movie.
Come on, then.
Yeah, Donald.
Never enter Paris with those cans.
Right.
Food waste bin's back. There's one glass, the glass bin's there,
Mm.
and the can bin's there.
Right.
Yeah,
The one down there is our blue lid bin and the one can bin.
I'm gonna order a roll of that tape, Joe, and we're gonna head over to customs.
All
Right?
that glory's still there.
There you go.
We're gonna walk in with suits and ties on. We're just gonna walk
I
up and
didn't clean
slap it
all
right
the
on the
area
box.
out.
Can you guys see that
All they took
rainbow?
was the chair
Ooh.
out
Yeah.
of the top.
Is
I
that
think
live,
the
Joe,
bin
Paul?
maker actually
Yes.
Nice. Is there a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow?
Wish.
No,
Now, in reality, though, Jim, in Lethal Weapon, them cops would have got their asses nailed to the wall, fucking stuff, with a diplomat like that. Although it was a good movie, totally unrealistic. Because your diplomatic immunity has to be revoked by the Department of Justice, I believe. They're the only ones that can revoke it. But technically, it does get you out of like speeding tickets and all kinds of shit. Like if a cop pulls you over, they're supposed to automatically let you go. I don't even think they can ticket you or anything. Now, I don't know about serious offenses like a murder and shit like that. I don't know if you get away with that, but I don't know exactly how that works. But
That is a good movie, Jim. I've seen it on TV.
oh, you can't watch the TV version, bro. You got to watch the regular. TV versions of movies suck like that because they cut out all the good parts. And then they put those stupid where they dub over the cuss words and stuff, and it just sounds like crap.
you sound like crap.
Yeah, 'cause they don't just. Yeah, but then it will be some random voice saying a different word to cover it up instead of just bleeping it out. I'd rather you just bleep it out. Don't put some shitty ass dub voice over top of it. It just sounds like crap. I think that's what we should do, Joe.
Yep.
We'll go up there in suits and ties, act like we're supposed to be there. We'll just walk in there and start slapping stickers all over all the boxes.
Act like you're CIA or something?
No, because CIA is not allowed to operate within U.S. borders. It'd be like the NSA or something. You just walk in there and you just slap that shit right on the box. We'll slap it on the whole pallet and take the whole fucking pallet, Joe.
Yeah.
I almost, I gotta check, dude. Wouldn't be surprised if Amazon don't fucking sell shit like that. Hold on.
Oh, he's gonna Google now.
What's it googling?
If Amazon sell
They got
diplomatic tape.
no, they got security seals, but no diplomatic. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have one on there. They were selling as a joke, but would look official. No, they just got like void and warranty and seal stickers. That's it. Wouldn't have surprised me though if they would have had that. You should see some of the prop money they sell them. Man, some of that shit looks so real. And it feels real, but it says right on it, big letters, prop money.
Yeah, I got some $100 bills in the back, my thing back there, prop money.
Oh yeah, one of my friends had $200 bills in his center console sitting in the cup holder one day, and I get in, I'm like, bro, why are you leaving money sitting in your car? He's like, those aren't real. I said, well, I wouldn't leave them sitting out like that because somebody's gonna bust your fucking window thinking they're real.
There's a few $2 bills, early versions that are worth a ton of money right now.
Yeah, we're talking about fake money though. Like, but I told him, I said, I probably would not leave that money in your sitting in your cup holder like that in your center console. I said, because if somebody thinks they're real, they're gonna bust out your window, and there's $200-300 you're gonna have to replace your fucking window because you left prop money sitting there.
Don said, "Free South Africa, you SOB."
Now, if you haven't seen that movie, Andrew, though, go watch it. You'll enjoy it. It's a good movie.
Aren't there like 2 or 3 of them?
No, that was just a single movie. It was really good, though. Because it's nothing like it's one of those movies that is like, you think you know what's going on, and all of a sudden, boom, plot twist in the middle of the movie. And then it all starts making sense, and yeah. And you don't expect anything that happens either. You're just, it's all always a surprise. I actually really enjoyed that movie. Matter of fact, let's see if YouTube's got it for free. They got a lot of free
If it's
movies.
old enough, it might be. Or if the rights are still running on it, then it won't be.
No, YouTube has a list of free movies that they
Yeah.
have that they're not all older. Some of them are only a couple years old. It's go to
There's a few from like 97.
But if you go, YouTube actually has their own channel called YouTube Movies. You go to it, and there's a bunch of free older and newer movies on there that you can watch legally. No, they haven't. Rent it for $4.99.
Yeah. How's the coffee over there, Dominic?
Oh, they got a new thing called.
I'm just about to go and get one.
Ooh.
A cat that tried to get on a bus in the south of England, and the driver told it to shove off, was then found actually on in the bus engine 400 miles away in Scotland. It got its destination.
So YouTube has a new thing called Movies. Well, I don't know if it's new, but I'd never noticed it. It's called Movie Sphere, and it's $4.99 a month, and it unlocks a shit ton of movies for you. They're giving a free day 7 trial to new members.
Then it's not fucking free if you've got to pay $4.99 a month.
I didn't say it. That's just the name of it. Movie Sphere. Try Movie Sphere free.
Don's asking about the movie. What movie is Justin talking about?
From Paris with Love, with John Travolta.
I think you've heard of it there, Don.
I'll send you the trailer in Messenger.
Is it just me, Justin, or are people's driving getting crazier and crazier, and
No, it's
more
just you.
accidents are happening? More
It's
car
just
crashes.
you being more observant.
There have been more accidents lately, right next to the highway.
There you go, Donald. I just sent you the link for it. You can do a
Probably
7-day
worse, you
free.
could have an accident on the highway.
Donald, if you want to watch it, you can do a 7-day free trial. Just watch it and then cancel it on YouTube for that Movie Sphere. They're offering a free 7-day trial.
Oh, you
Don't
pay
you have a
free for $4.99.
Don't you have a server, or you know of a free server where you?
No, I don't.
What's his name had?
No, I don't have a server. Corey has a Plex server.
Oh, it's
But
Corey.
I'm not offering Corey's server up to anybody because that's Corey's server and he has to give you access. So I don't offer that
Yeah.
up because that's not my business to do that. Corey owns
Speaking of Corey, where is he?
the only two people
Oh.
that I know are on it is me and Tim. I don't know anybody else that he's ever put on it, and I'm not asking him to do that. So
I thought there was some sort of website where he was like,
no, I
Go
have
here and watch
websites. I have websites I can go to, but I don't really know if I want to send Donald to those because you got to be a little careful on them because they're a little dodgy. You got to know what you're doing. So
I think you're going to take Justin is dodgy.
oh, Mudball said it's free on Pluto.
okay, there you go. Yeah, watch it, Donald. I think you'll like it. It's a really good action movie. I said it's got some good plots throughout it too, like twists and turns that you won't expect.
Let's see.
Don't trust Justin.
Shut up! God damn it! But the best part, Donald, is when he goes through the airport. That's my favorite part of the movie.
The best part is the ending.
Shut up.
Justin, you worked out what mood I'm in yet?
Maybe a happy, giddy mood. You're just trying to fuck with me.
Yep.
Apparently, Justin, Ritz cracker sandwiches are mislabeled, and it's
Corey.
It says it's supposed to be peanut butter, but it's been labeled as cheese Ritz crackers. So it's been recalled.
Well, who the fuck cares? Just give the shit to charity. Who cares if it's fucking missing?
I'll tell you who cares. Somebody with a serious nut allergy.
Right, but what I'm saying is they
Squirrels need a
condone.
nut allergy.
Yeah, but instead of recalling it, and I guarantee they're going to trash it all, give it to charity under that guise that, hey, it is peanut butter or cheese, whatever. It's not marked correctly. And at least they could get it to some people that need the food.
There have been a few products lately that they said it's a dairy product, and the label doesn't say contains dairy.
Like I said,
It's not
I
on the
just
label, but
I would hate to see millions of packets of Ritz crackers get sent back because I know for a fact they're going to fucking destroy them instead of giving them to people that could eat them. I'd rather see that go to a charity.
Or
Because there's
or
to me,
send it to us, Saudi Arabia.
why they got tons of money. They don't need Ritz crackers.
Look,
But what I'm saying is
Justin just wants it in his next UNICEF packaging.
no. My whole point is, to me, a mislabeling is not enough to destroy a food item. If there was something in it that was making people sick or something, I would say 100%. But
Yeah,
just
if-
because it was mislabeled, don't destroy it.
No, why?
if it's been contaminated with, say, listeria or something, go ahead.
Right, but what I'm saying is, I would hate to see all the.
Then you send it to Iran.
Oh,
Oh,
there's an
God.
idea.
Why send it to Iran when you can send it to Iran?
Same place.
No.
Because when they get it, they start eating it. They're all gonna Iran.
You see what Corey said? No, I don't have 12,000 movies on the Plex. Wink, wink.
You have at least a few, Corey.
Yeah, that's a point. It's TJ Day today. Flying Ant Day.
I threatened a flying ant. If it hit me in the head again, I was going to pull its wings off.
Why? Its wings fall off when it lands on the floor anyway.
It would eat me in the head.
You're such a mean person.
I know that poor ant's done nothing wrong.
It hit me in the head.
Paul, what are you eating?
Ice cream.
Boston cream.
Oh, no, club crackers.
Have you eaten any actual solid food?
No, you gotta
Last
have the
week?
Boston creams on top of the layers of club crackers, on top of probably the ice cream, and he layers it, right? So then they can't move, so you gotta take the Ducalite.
I don't see how he would have to take Ducalax eating a bunch of sugary shit like that. You think he'd just have the sports all the time. Yeah, I gotta
Well,
eat solid foods, dude.
Well, over half of what my grandfather used to eat was all sweets, like candy and ice cream. And
I'm just not a big sweets person, man. I've got to be in the mood to eat something sweet.
like he'll do the midnight ice cream.
You buy me a case of donuts, and them bitches will sit there for a week and a half sometimes. Point where they have to be thrown out because they're just nasty.
But the best donuts are fresh.
Well, of course, but I just and like the kids will get a bag of chips. I'll get a bag of chips. Dude, that bag of chips will last me a week and a half, and then they'll be coming here begging me for my chips. Like, get the hell out of here. man.
You're 100% correct, Andrew.
'Cause you ate
But
all your
you
food
do
up in the
frown upon it when you start taking them when they're still in the oven.
No, I mean, after they're out of the oven,
What?
they're still
No
very
way,
fresh.
donuts don't go in the ovens. They go in fryers.
Yeah.
They go in deep fryers.
You ain't seen how they make them in Tesco's.
Ew, gross.
Donuts.
They're
No,
already
if you go to
Yeah,
like
deep
Dunkin',
fried.
or if
They're
you go to
not,
like
you know the ovens
What? Yeah.
in Tesco's, they've got special trays that they fill with oil, yeah, and the oven cook them.
no,
I'll
see
watch them do it.
here, like if you go to Krispy Kremes, they run them through a fryer, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they come out the other end all nice and
Krispy
warm
Kreme do the
and
same here.
cooked.
Yeah. Well, what's it?
Like there is a new company that do air fried donuts.
Like we've made homemade donuts before just using biscuits. You take you take the raw biscuit dough and just flatten it out and cut it like a donut, throw it in the fryer, and then throw some powdered sugar or something or some glaze on it. Got a decent
How
little
are
donut.
they, Laura?
She doesn't know. She's not had them.
I thought you have had them before.
No.
So I go to Walmart and get the day old donuts for really cheap. You can get like a dozen donuts for like a couple bucks. Yeah. They're
A
over
couple
a
of
day.
bucks for day old donuts. They're only £1 over here in supermarkets for £5.
No, a dozen is
They're
13
fresh.
over here. You ever heard of a baker's dozen? It's actually 13.
Yes, I know
not
what a
12.
baker's dozen is.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. An average pack of dozen donuts at just like a regular grocery store, your basic ass donuts would be like $4 or $5.
You get it.
But if you go to an actual bakery and get real good donuts, you're gonna pay. Because they ain't nothing like the ones you buy at the store.
Wait till I go to Blackpool. I'll show you some donuts.
Here's a donut
So
shop
many
near.
fucking places selling them.
We got a couple of decent donut trucks in the centre of Manchester usually.
We got this donut place here and down not too far from us, and the husband and the wife got divorced, and the wife sued the husband for the donut recipe when they got divorced because they were real famous around here. And then I guess she won the case and ended up with the recipe. But yeah, she now they reopened their store over in the other town next to us.
Is there going to be an argument saying you stole my recipe?
No, they went to court over it. She won the case.
So now, if he starts his own business, he can't use that recipe.
Right. Don't ask. Their donuts are really good. I don't know what they do different than other donuts. They do have a little bit of a different taste than your standard donut, but
What's a Make a Canadian beaver tail roll up pizza dough deep fry. I'm not sure about that, Jim.
What? What do you say?
Make a Canadian beaver tail roll
It
up
was down to the
pizza,
last 2 seconds then, Jonathan.
deep fry.
I was going to boot your ass.
Good job, Jonathan.
It was good, man.
Sounds like a Scottish pizza.
That's what I said.
Hello,
when we used-
Jonathan.
That's what I said when we
Oh,
used to.
it was good.
When we used to make homemade donuts every
How's it-
once in a while, we just take a can of biscuits and flatten them down, cut them, and then put them in the fryer, brown them up, and then put some glaze on them.
So
A
they're
can of
good.
biscuits.
So they're good, Jim.
Ice cream donuts are good.
I like the Carvel cakes, ice cream cakes.
Huh.
Those are expensive though. If you get the actual name brand of them.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, like an Arctic roll?
Well, what it is, it's literally cake with ice cream in it. They keep it in the frozen section.
Yeah, we have that. It's a tube of cake with ice cream in the middle of it, basically.
Yeah, I've had those before. Yeah,
Ooh.
but it's but this one looks like an actual regular, like full sheet of cake.
Mark, those are good, Mark.
Arctic
But-
roll. Yeah.
But Carvel is a name brand, and the name brand ones are expensive. Now there's like Walmart has their own off brand of it that tastes. I mean, they taste fine. There's nothing wrong with them. The only thing you got to watch out when you buy them, though, is some places don't sell them very quickly because they're a little pricey, and sometimes they'll be freezer burned. So you got to go over them really well, make sure that they're fresh and not been sitting there for a long time.
Laura, you can deal with it. You put them in.
As we got one time from Walmart out of their place over in the bakery
Take your
section,
time.
and we got it home and realized it was freezer burnt. We had to take it back, and they went through all of them, realized most of them were freezer burnt. We ended up getting one in the back that was fresh. They weren't rotating them right.
Well, whoever was supposed to rotate them got their butt chewed out.
Joe,
worst-
any change in the drama there with the family?
No.
I doubt anything has changed in 20 minutes.
She tried to say, if you could send me the money right now, David said he'll give it to you Friday. He'll sell it to you.
No,
I said, tell
fucking
him
well
to do
won't.
it now. Why? You got to wait till Friday. He gets paid Friday. I said, well, how much? 234. I said, no. I don't have 234 right now to give you.
Well, it's not you don't have it. You don't want to give it to her.
You got a point.
You don't have to tell her you don't have it. Just
Oh.
say fucking no.
Say, how's that?
Well, can't you
film-
put it on a credit card? No, I can't put it on a credit card.
How's
not
that?
doing that game.
How's that settlement coming? The military settlement.
It said anytime between July and December.
Oh,
Like any other court case.
They're just
it
not
gets
telling
drug
him
out
what
forever.
year.
Yeah, it's like any other court case. Shit will get dragged out for years before you finally see anything.
Well, they hope that enough veterans that qualify for it die off, and then they don't have to pay them.
Don't matter. It goes to their family, Paul. They
Oh,
can't get out
does
of
it?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah.
It goes to the family. They can't get out of it.
It just gets
They're gonna have
wrapped
to
up
pay
in
it.
so
Joe,
much
you're going to
red
get
tape.
some adoption papers in the post. Just sign them. Don't read them. Send them back.
I know what you're doing, David.
Tell Laura it don't work that way.
Got nothing to do with Laura. You're not adopting Laura. If I was going to get you to adopt Laura, I'd send Laura with them.
It involves 20 birds.
20?
30, excuse me.
We've only got 10.
If you're in any lawsuit with any company or government or anything, it's going to drag out. I mean, you better expect to be waiting at least 2 years minimum before you even attempt to see anything.
Well, it's 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Sarah's case with Walmart took 2 years. We got it right at the 2-year mark. Almost everybody that I've ever known that had any kind of like lawsuit against an insurance company or a store or anything like that, it's always taken at least 2 years.
Yeah, I know a kid. In high school, his dad was doing a criminal case. At that point, the case has been going on at least 10 years.
Yeah, well, I'm just
based
talking
on
about
appeals.
I'm talking about civil, like
Yeah.
civil matters though, where you're suing
Some
for
of
money
them-
for.
some of those appeals, some of these civil go on for 20 years.
Yeah, don't expect to. Don't start planning on what you're going to buy for at least a couple years because.
Well, I didn't do bad. I only missed 2 payments. Thank God nobody charged me a late fee.
Oh, you were
I was
going through
only-
this to make sure you paid all your stuff.
Yeah, I was only a day late on 2 of them. They were due yesterday.
Oh, that's not bad. Normally,
I've
you
never
get
been
grace.
late on a bill.
Well, normally you get some kind of grace period. Usually, could be 3 days, a week, depending on whatever.
Well, one
it
of them
is.
was Amazon, was Academy, and my balance was 74. So I just paid the damn thing. I have to think about it again. That was for the safe I bought.
Wait,
The other
hold
one was
on.
Amazon.
What do you mean for the safe you bought?
The
Well,
safe I
you-
bought to put the guns in on top of the on top.
Oh, are you doing payments on it?
Yeah, I just broke it down
Oh,
in 4
okay.
payments.
Oh, okay.
They're paying it. Wasn't that big of a deal. It was a big sale on it anyway.
Oh, you're paying like a monthly subscription bill to unlock the bitch.
Yeah.
If it was a huge sale on it, Joe would have just bought it outright.
I could have bought it outright what sale it was on. I just didn't want to because it was in between football.
Like if it was 90% off.
Hold on, what is he on?
Got to be a good 90% off. Let's put it that way.
Johnny, what's going on?
Johnny's in the jet.
Johnny Drone Flyer.
Johnny Drone Flyer. What's up, Johnny?
You notice anything different, Johnny, about Joe, where Joe is?
He knows. He drove me home. What do you expect? No.
Oh my God.
Wait, Johnny drove you home?
No.
Oh. That would have been a fun ride. So what's going on, Jonathan?
Yeah. What?
What's going on?
Man, we don't conversate, dude. Don't talk to me.
Okay.
There you go. Don't try to start nothing new.
See if Fortnite starts without running my VPN.
I paid these. Oh, I got 4 of them to figure out.
It's got a
what I'm
bit
doing.
dark behind you, Andrew.
Nighttime.
It's about to rain, so.
Send some this way.
It's gone a bit dark here.
Yeah, somebody turned the light out.
I've never been late on Amazon paying. I always pay them early, right? It says your payment is past due. It was due yesterday, right? It says your payment is past due. This is an attempt to collect the debt. For any information obtained will be used in their purposes. Bitch,
Tomorrow they're
out.
Tomorrow they're gonna be suing your ass for lack of payment.
I'm
Scam.
gonna close my Amazon account. Watch.
You getting
They keep telling me that my
What the hell are
new-
you paying Amazon? You have to pay Amazon for? Is that's like subscription service?
Yeah, it's got all my subscriptions on it.
they don't close your account, they just put it on hold. They
It's
just
not on
don't-
hold. I ordered something already.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is if you don't pay like your Amazon Prime, you just don't get the Prime benefits anymore, but they don't close your account. They'll
Yeah,
just cut
but
you off
it's-
on the Prime benefits.
Yeah, because your subscription fees, don't they? They take the money as soon as they send them, you don't they?
Yeah.
What do you mean? They said, what do you mean, David?
You on Amazon, you can subscribe to things. So every month they send you what you need.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you're talking about the renewal.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
to
think
get
Joe
the
does
deals.
the dog food on it.
Yeah, to get the deals. Yeah, he would just lose that after this order. He would just lose the ability to do that. Because that's separate from your Prime. That's something else. Like I didn't pay my Prime for a year and a half because I wasn't using it. And so I just stopped paying it and they never closed my account. They just said, hey, if you want to restart, let us know.
Good evening, Johnny. I know he's here to check up on his best buddy, Captain Joe.
He's been here for 10 minutes. 10 minutes ago, they said Johnny was here. So we know you don't listen, Paul.
They said Johnny is here at 8:29. It's now
11 minutes.
8:40.
Don't look at the clock. I'm looking at the clock. 11 minutes.
What is X? I'm on X. You playing? What is X?
Twitter?
No, they're talking about a video game. I don't know what that is though. What the hell's
Okay.
that? Is the only two games he plays, as far as I know, is Fortnite and.
Who
It's
is
not
it?
on there. Jim. He messaged me and said, I'm on X, you playing? I don't know what he means by X.
Twitter.
'Cause he-
That's what I thought.
No, he probably means he's on Fortnite.
No, he's not online. I'm looking at it right now. I pulled it up because I was curious to see if it would run without my VPN, if it was going to be an issue running the game. But everything's running fine on that. I'm so confused. He said Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. Yeah, but I don't get what he means by you playing.
He's on X. He's surfing X, looking at messages and shit. And he wants to know if you're playing Fortnite or something. In other words,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, let me delete that before I look like a jackass.
It's too late.
God damn it, get out of there. Hold on.
Too late.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him what game he wants to play. I'm not sure if he wants to play that or
Or that.
Shit, what's the other game that he plays? I was gonna play with him.
That is one ill thought out
Destiny 2, that was what it was. Destiny
advertisement.
2. I figure out if he wants to play Fortnite or Destiny. Not sure which one. I want to get back into Destiny because I did play it for a little bit, but I didn't really understand the game that well. But Jim's been playing it for the last 2 years, so he knows that game pretty well.
What happened to that weird game you used to play?
Which weird game?
All of them.
The
What are you
one
talking about?
trying to get out of a, I don't know, cemetery or something.
Oh, Dead by Daylight?
Yeah.
Nobody
Dead by
plays it
Daylight,
anymore.
that's it.
Nobody plays it anymore.
Okay.
They're all dead. They're all dead now.
Everybody I played that game with doesn't play it anymore. Tim used to play it. Rigor Mortis used to play it, but he stopped playing with us, and I don't know
Well,
if he's
that's
still
because
playing
they-
it.
I'm going to be honest, Dead by Daylight is not a game for someone called Rigor Mortis.
That's right.
It seems like the perfect game for him.
Unless you're looking for rigor mortis to set in. Well, I think I'm going to call it, guys. We're down to 8 people watching.
Okay.
Everybody's got something going on. Joe, good luck to you, buddy. Jonathan,
I'm not
take
worried,
care.
man.
Hey, the
Justin,
people
I'm going
there.
to give you a quick call.
Okay. Yep.
Uh,
Bye-bye.
Coast to
Bye
coast
bye.
started already anyway.
Bye, Dominic.